Yo, what's good, yo? Oh man, y'all have no clue what goes on behind the scenes around this mug. But Dave, you right on time. But this time was my fault. It was
It
my fault.
was.
Forgot to send a link to Dave. So Dave dropped in here right as I clicked the button to share the screen. He jumped right in. So that's pretty funny. Shout out to Dave for being right on.
Y'all almost got green screen behind me, guys. I can
Oh
promise you,
man.
it was about to be a straight up green screen, but I'm
Oh
here.
man, yo, that's funny. That's funny, man. Y'all boys have no idea what goes on behind the scenes around this mud. But anyway, yo, what's good, man? Hey, listen, we got a nice, it's a nice amount of stuff to talk about today. So if you were worried about, not having nothing to talk about, and you thought me and Dave was going to be shooting the shit, well, no, that's not quite accurate because there's a lot to talk about. But before we get into all this, man, Dave, how was your weekend, and how was everything for you, sir?
It was good, man. It was it was just a regular weekend this weekend. It was pretty chill. It was Mother's Day. It was Mother's Day weekend. It was auntie graduation. You know what I'm saying? So it was a pretty chill weekend. My wife, she was happy. That's all I can ask for at this point. You know, we finally got to see family, which was pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? Got the cookout popping. So nah, good times. What about you?
Yeah, man. No, for me, it's just chilling, man. Mother's Day went to a nice little vegan spot in Noda. So it was cool, man. Cool.
You
All's
still
well.
Are you still trying to do the vegan thing, or you
No,
still like in
I'm
and out?
about, yeah, I'm in and out. I'm in and out, man. I'm part time in it, Dave. I'm probably about during the week. My wife, she cook. Well, she don't. That's not true. I do cook a lot, but most of the time during the week, it's all vegan. And then after that, on the weekends and stuff, I typically go out and kind of do my own thing. But during the week, most of the time, it's pretty vegan. But yeah, so I'm part time it up. So, but
Somebody from TV spoke to anti-commencement, like Spencer Brown. I think the guy from This Is Us. I think it was. I can't remember his name. I don't watch enough TV to know, but I know it was some celebrity. Charlamagne the God spoke at South Carolina State's commencement,
well,
which
as
was
he should.
which was pretty good, to be honest with you. I watched it. I was like, ooh, yeah, he was
You
out
know
here.
Charlamagne about his activist bag now, so
Yeah,
he
he is,
it's,
man. Now he had a really good speech. I got to give him credit. I didn't realize his mother went there. His
he
mother went.
from. I mean, that's his spot, man. Let's see from there, so he
Yeah,
should
he is.
speak. But all right, let's go ahead. We got a lot to talk about, Dave, so we got to get right into it. Let
All
me
right.
let me. I got to test a couple of things real quick. Let me see here. Let me share audio. All right. Ooh, that's not good.
It's flickering, man.
There we go. I don't know
There we
why I
go.
was doing that.
That's that
Have no
Windows. That's that Windows
Could
10 right
be,
there.
bro. I don't know why I was doing that, but let me see if y'all can hear. Well, I don't want to screw with it, but hopefully you'll be able to hear it when it's time to hear something. But let's go ahead and get right into this, man. Listen, real quick, wanted to give y'all a quick update on the Brandon Zylstra Rolex Travel Scholarship. We did donate the money, and I showed it to y'all last week. And Brandon hit us up in the DMs, and he thanked us. He said we were real cool people. We said he was real cool people. Brandon Zylstra's a real cool cat. He did thank us for it, and I just want to let him know let you guys know that he thanked us as an entire show because again, the donation was on behalf of Dave and I, the Panther Nation podcast, and the listeners. So thank you to you guys for all the support. Go ahead, Dave.
Man. Once again, man. Thank you guys for the support. I thought it was awesome. I think Brandon was really happy to get that donation, man. I think as of right now, we have the largest donation so far.
Yeah, we had the largest donation, man. So yeah, that was dope. Again, I'll just leave it at that. I will. It'll be some good things happening. But yeah, man, Brandon's a real good dude. And so yeah. So I just want to give you an update, on behalf of you know Brandon Zylstra, that he was very appreciative, and I wanted to pass that thanks on to you guys as well, because you guys definitely had part. You were exactly half of the donation, so you deserve thanks as well. So the royal decree been in place for Zylstra, bro. Right after that interview, now it's even stronger, bro. Like, he's untouchable at this point. Untouchable at this point.
Yeah.
So yeah, man. Shout out to Brandon, man. Good people, and I wish all the best for him as far as the roster. We'll talk about that a little bit later. I'm sure we'll have plenty of debates. But go ahead.
Back to the commencement speech real quick. It was Sterling K. Brown who spoke at A&T. I just didn't know the dude's name. But nah, shout out to Brandon, man. That was freaking awesome. I was so happy that like, I know you guys gave me a bunch of grief about talking to my wife about the match, but I was happy to give the money.
And hey, listen, man, Dave turned around and got it right back. So I don't know why he tripping. I don't know why he tripping about it. He got it right back. Like, literally, like the next day or the week after he gave it, he got almost all of it back. So I don't know why you tripping, Dave. Relax.
I wasn't tripping.
You was tripping, dog.
No, it was conversations, man, before Mother's Day. Like, I gotta time this stuff, man.
Man, you all right.
Yeah, I know.
Come on, Dave. All right, let's move on. Just want to give you an update on that. Real quick, we have hired Dan Morgan as our assistant GM. I did a video about it, but Dave, real quick, your thoughts on Dan Morgan, because you didn't get a chance to share.
Yeah, I said this was gonna be the guy. I thought that it was a no-brainer. I understood the other option because of a minority hire, but if it was about trying to get the best guy for the job, it's this guy. I mean, I think he had the Seattle ties with Fitterer. I think this is a perfect fit. Hopefully we don't let this guy walk out the door if Fitterer decides to do something else. We just promote him.
Yeah. That's what makes this hire so great.
Yeah, because I think the whole ordeal that happened with Gettleman and the fact that they didn't just promote Brandon Beane was just a freaking error of judgment. You let Brandon Beane walk out like that. So that's how I feel about it.
Yeah, good hire, man. And again, it's funny, like, not really surprising to me, but yeah, we got so many young Panther fans out there, bro, that don't know who he is. And I try. That's what the purpose of me putting that video. I was trying to help educate some of the younger fans, because I'm not going to disrespect the younger fans. Be like, oh, y'all don't know. I don't want to come off like that. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to come off like, like I'm like I have been around for a long time, since '95. I've been a fan since '95, but I don't want to come off as insensitive, and because there is a lot of new Panthers fans since Cam Newton has come around. So a lot of you guys don't know who he is. And the reason why I made that video was to just kind of put some respect on Dan Morgan's name. Like, before Luke Kuechly, before John Beeson, it was a Dan Morgan. So this dude he's a really good football player, bro, back in the day. And like some people said in the comments of the video, fam, he got the Super Bowl record for tackles. I think it still stands. Mm-hmm. So this dude was a beast, bro. He was a beast. Don't get it twisted. But good hire. Again, I think, we're building up our front office. You can see, if you go to the Panthers website now, you can see a business operations side, and then you can see like the football operations side, and it's starting to grow. And that's what Tepper said he wanted to do. And I think it is a part of modernizing the front office. It needs to happen. It's a good thing. And so I'm a fan of the hire. Again, it gives some continuity just in case some things happen with Fitterer. But I really like it. I really like the hire.
Mm-hmm.
But all right, let's move on. Sorry about that, guys. Moving on.
Good.
All right, Dave. So Dave has premiered he's some sort of self promoted or self entitled genius, fantasy genius. I don't know who bestowed this upon Dave, but he is a fantasy genius. I'm not hating. But what Dave won't tell you is how I used to smack him around in the LB league.
No, we're not going there, sir. This is you out here sitting in your little retirement chair, sitting here, being in your chair, and you out here in these streets bugging.
All right, yeah. What Dave won't tell you is how I used to smack him around in fantasy, and how I'm the real fantasy genius. Nah, I'm joking. Now Dave know what he's talking about when it comes to fantasy, and he has started his fantasy focus series where he's talking about certain topics. So. Again, if you're in the Patreon, you get to kind of get the first dibs on what Dave talks about We have a whole fantasy channel in our Discord that we talk about. So this is Dave's baby, man, and just keep when these joints drop and you're a fantasy football player, give it a click, man. Check on that joint, man, and it's growing. It's a new thing, new series that we're rolling out. So we expect the views to be a little bit lower starting out, but man, we want to get these joints in the thousands of views too. So make sure you click that joint and support Dave in this fantasy focus. All right.
I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you something about this. Like I do be on DraftKings, and I haven't really focused on daily yet. But my thing for this is I'm going to try to keep these videos short. Like I'm not trying to have these videos go at like 20-minute shots. Like at most 10. Most of them will probably be between that 5 to 10 minute range. And I'm just going to go over different topics, a couple things that are on my mind, a couple of debates that have been brought up, type of thing. Just my opinion on it. Occasionally, I'll just do more of a focus, and I'll also have statistics to show with a slide deck, similar to what I did with Cam Newton about the top 10. I got another one coming down the pike later this week about another player that you guys are going to be familiar with very soon that we'll talk about. That I did more of a breakdown of his numbers and stats. So now it's going to be fun, man. So folks in the Patreon, just give me some suggestions. I already got some in. I got some more things coming next week, so it's going to be interesting. I think I'm going to do a rookie focus next week, so we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, man. Good series. And Dave, you want to tell them about the Patreon? What you're gonna do with the Patreon members?
So the thought that I wanted to do after I put a bunch of videos in, I was gonna probably do something like a monthly separate thing to do fantasy Q&A, go over some of the videos. Have things changed since I did the videos? My opinion might have changed. I'll leave that to the patrons. So that'll be available to everybody, regardless of which tier you hit.
Yeah. So again, I'm retired and I'm gonna stay retired. I see y'all trying to call me out in the chat. I'm retired, bro. Listen. I used to smack y'all around in fantasy. I'm good, man. I'm too competitive, and when I go, and I get too invested, bro. And I hate having to cheer for other players. So that's the main reason why I can't separate the two. I did it for a long time. And I'm just too competitive to play. I found myself cheering for dudes I'm not supposed to be cheering for. So I stripped away fantasy, and now I just want to watch the game in its purest art and just enjoy it, and not have to sit here and watch tons of game. It was very stress-free watching last year without fantasy. I'll say that. So I love it, and again, that's just me. That's just me.
You're a Panthers fan.
I was never in too many leagues. I never. As long as I play fantasy, I never had more than 3 leagues. I never had more than 3 leagues. Yeah, because I'm too competitive. Too competitive. Damn, I got something in my throat.
Yeah. Yo, man, like I think at my peak I had like 16 leagues, so I was wilding. But I've told myself that I'm not going to have as many because I'm doing more focus on daily this year too. So, but yeah, look, man, Slim, I'm going to be clear. I'm going to have to start doing like a little disclaimer at the bottom of my joint. You play who you want to play. This is just advice. You ain't getting no money back if I'm wrong. Let's be clear. But now I get it, Rashad. I get it, Rashad, because this is a stressful thing when
it is, bro. And they be having like 14 leagues, bro. Seriously.
Last year was my lowest because I cut a bunch because of the pandemic. Because there was a lot of folks that didn't want to play because of the pandemic. And I understood why. Playing during the pandemic, playing during the Rona is something different, bro. That was a whole different element. You have folks starting Broncos quarterbacks that were wide receivers the week before. Like, it was crazy.
Yeah. But all right, yeah. So we'll move on. Again, we just wanted to, put that out there, support Dave and his fantasy focus. We're trying to get those views up on them joints right now. They kind of low, which we expected. That's what happened when you first roll something out. And we want to get Dave supported on that. So make sure y'all, if you're a fantasy football fan, man, click them joints. Dave be having some interesting perspectives, not only in just regular show, but his fantasy perspectives are different too. And he be writing a lot of stuff too, bro. That's one thing I will commend Dave on, yo. When it comes to fantasy, he be right sometimes. But I still used to smack him up a little bit.
Listen, man. All right. Listen, man. You can talk all your trash on little retirement bench if you like.
Hey, I'm good over
here. Don't worry.
Bro.
I got a spot waiting for you, bro. Maybe we'll just get you in one. No money involved.
Nope, I'm good. You can't pry me out. I'm enjoying retirement life.
Speaking of which, I am going to have the Panther Nation Podcast League. I'm going to pretty much eliminate everybody, and I'm going to bring folks in.
Yeah, we need to reboot that because it was a bunch of so it was some losers in that
Yeah.
joint, man. We need to get some
Well,
dudes to compete.
I'm gonna open it up to the Patreons first, and then whatever's left over will go out to the non-Patreons and the OGs, and then everybody else I'll get from the fans. But I'm gonna get that cleared up very soon.
All right, so we'll move on from the fantasy joint. Let's move on. Whoops. All right, real quick shot. Like Dave said, shout out to all the patrons out there. If you want to join Patreon, go to patreon.com/Panther Nation PC. Get in the Discord. Shout out to all the Patreons: Game Dreamer, John Jarrell, LL Cool YD, Lewis, Lunch Break Hot Take, Mark Newton, Raucus, Savageness, Steve, Craig, Danny, Darius Jones, Deontay White, T Money, Nick. Shout out to all the free agents. Shout out to the franchise players: Ace, Burns, Charles, D'Angelo, Darius, Eddie, John, Matthew, William. Shout out to all the franchise players, man. We need this list to grow. MVPs, these are my guys. Shout out to MVPs: Antoine, Austin, Coach P, Isaac Capricorn, which is Kinfolk, Jared, Marcus, Noli, RJ. Appreciate all y'all support. Hey, real quick, Jared, I haven't forgot about you, bro. Your prize pack will be in the mail this week. I'm gonna get it out in the mail this week. I'm super slow when it comes to like putting this stuff in the mail. So I apologize. I'll get them out there. You'll get it as soon as I get it done. All right. So just hang tight. You'll get it. All right. Shout out to all the Patreons. All right. Our patrons. Moving on. Dave, we got some important dates coming up. It's Dave. It's almost go time, yo. It's
Son,
almost go time. It's almost go time. Okay. Listen. Schedule release. Yo. It's coming up Wednesday, the 12th. And I think I'm gonna live stream during that. I'm gonna live stream the schedule release. They're gonna do a big thing on NFL Network, and I'm gonna live stream that joint. So I may set something up to do the schedule release. Should be fun.
well, if you're live streaming, you know I'm in.
Yeah. 8 o'clock. If we don't have anything else conflicting, if you know what I mean, we will do that. Rookie mini camps coming up, May 14th through the 16th. That is this week. So hopefully we can get the rookie numbers. We need the rookie numbers to come out. We'll talk about those a little bit later. We got some of them, but rookie numbers should be coming out soon. OTA's coming up. All those workouts, mandatory minicamp, all the stuff is coming up. So it's almost go time, bro. And we should get training camp date coming up too. And if it's gonna be open to the public, hopefully it should be. I got my back. I'm vaxxed up, so I can bring a little card. Be like, yo, I'm good. I'm straight over here. So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
I got one more week till I'm fully vaxxed, yo.
And same, we got us the same day. We got our second shots the same.
But you
day,
got the oh yeah, it is right. So you good.
Yeah, I got the Pfizer. Yeah.
You got the Pfizer. You only had to wait 3. I had to wait 4.
Yep. But yeah, shout out to all the dates coming up. It's gonna be we'll talk about those the jersey numbers coming up soon. Hang tight. We'll give you the ones that have come out so far. And here they are. So rookie numbers, we got J.C. Horn confirmed, number 8. Shout out to Kobe Bryant. He was paying respects to Kobe. He stuck with the number 8. We saw him take a picture with it. That was his draft number of 8th overall, obviously, but he stuck with the number 8, which is dope. You got Chuba Hubbard. He rocking with number 30. That is confirmed. And then you got Tommy Tremble, who's rocking number 82. I hope we can get somebody better I hope this 82 finally gets his justice, okay? Because we had Manhurst been rocking that for the longest, and it's been all right. You know what I'm saying? We got to step that up. But I do like that 8. That 8 is clean on J.C. Horn. That's my favorite number. I'm putting the order in soon for that jersey, so stay tuned. And Chuba got the 30, so that's pretty cool too. Yeah, that's pretty cool. So that's what we got so far. Nobody else has dropped a number yet, so we'll see what happens. I'm wondering if Terrace Marshall is trying to pry the number 6 away from PJ. I wonder if that could be going down.
Yeah, I mean, it won't cost that much to take his jerseys off the shelf.
Yeah, does he have any on the shelf, Dave?
No, he doesn't.
Disrespect.
No, not at all. I'm just saying, like, you would think because he's the backup quarterback, he should get it shouldn't cost him as much to buy the number off of him. But I don't think he can do that till he gets a new contract. He's got to sign first.
Yeah. So, yep, those are jersey numbers so far. I just want to update y'all on that. That we should be getting them pretty soon because rookie minicamp starts. What is that? Thursday or Friday? I think it's on Thursday. So we should have the numbers before then. So we should be getting them really, really soon, like really soon. I'm assuming like tomorrow or Wednesday we should have the numbers come out. I've seen other teams like we are always the last team to drop numbers. Like I seen the Cardinals drop their numbers. I seen like a bunch of teams drop their numbers for the rookies, and we still hanging. I don't know why. I don't know why, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. All right, moving on. Moving on. Dave, the thievery the thievery that has commenced on draft night. Okay, we got to talk about this. This is some information that came out. I think last week, this week, sometime it came out where there was a phone call made to the Panthers that made them aware that Terrace Marshall was on the Saints board, and they were going to pick him with their pick, and we scooped in and took him. And it was also the word on the street was that they wanted to trade up into the top 10 to get JC Horn, and we snatched JC Horn. So two guys that we snatched up from the Saints, ended up on our roster. And it's interesting. What do you feel about that, Dave?
Well, the JC Horn situation makes sense because his dad is a Saints legend. So it made sense for the Saints to try to go up and go get him. And there was already speculation on the Saints wanting to trade up into the top 10 to get a cornerback. We just didn't know which one, but now we know the answer. It was JC, and I legit could see a scenario if we would have made a decision to take Fields, then they would have probably tried to trade up to go get him at that point because you would have had to be in the top 10 to do it, but they would have had to give up a lot to go all the way from where they were at to get up there to get him. So, and as for the Terrace Marshall pick, I love it. Like I've already upped the draft grade from an A to an A+ off these two things alone. This was more than enough for it.
Yeah, Dave boosted the score because we stole some from the Saints. So, hey, listen, I saw my boy Deuce. You know Deuce from I forgot the Who Dat Chronicles or Who Dat Confession. Who Dat Confessional. Yeah.
Yep.
So he said yo, or somebody under his comment said something about what does it say about our scouting staff if we don't trust our scouts because we're taking players because the Saints wanted them? Like, nah, I mean, like those guys have ties to our one. JC Horn went to school right up the street, so like we know JC Horn. Two, Terrace Marshall worked with Joe Brady. I mean, you don't need a scout. How dumb do you sound? Like, what are you talking about?
Well, it's more than that. Like, I don't think there's a question that JC Horn was their top player on the board. I think the trading up for a corner thing, I think that would have been irrelevant because JC Horn was their top player on the board at that point. I think the only player that might have been ahead of JC was probably Sewell, and Sewell went the pick before. So from that standpoint, Horn was one thing. And I think Terrace Marshall was already in the plans. Terrace Marshall was obviously in their 155. It was just a matter of they were probably more willing to take Brady Christensen in that spot. But then when they got rumblings that the Saints was going to take Marshall, they were high enough on Terrace Marshall to take him there and thinking they could get Christensen later, and they were able to. So it worked out in the end. Because I think, and I said this on Twitter, I think four-man rush would have had a heart attack if we would have took Brady Christensen with that pick where we took Marshall, because the article said the article said that's what we would have done.
Yeah,
more reason why I give it an A+ because they knew better.
Yeah, and then Christensen fell all the way to the third to us. So great again. This is great news. I mean, it's funny when you get this. And listen, truth be told, I mean, the fact that the Saints were interested in these guys says a lot. Because listen, you say what you want, them dudes know how to draft. Well, I can't say that their draft was great this year. But in history, those dudes can draft, okay? Those guys have drafted very well in recent years. The proof is in the pudding there, okay? So it's no debate that they can draft. Again, this year didn't quite work out for them. Maybe some of those guys pan out. This draft wasn't as good as the years past or in years prior. But listen, these two guys should be really good contributors in the next couple of years, especially Terrace Marshall. Yo, I'm telling you, I love this pick, man. Like I love Terrace Marshall. Okay, I love this pick. JC Horn, love the pick. Again, I'm over Justin Fields, but JC's gonna be a problem. Okay, I'm telling y'all, this dude is a different level of competitive. Okay, he's like me. And that's the reason why I retired from fantasy because I got the same dog I got the fantasy dog in me. That's why I had to retire, because me and
this
JC
guy,
got something in common.
this
So
guy.
we got the same dog. We got the same level of dog in us. You know what I'm saying? So, but anyway, yeah, I think it's great. I mean, the fact that you took something away from your rival, and they both filled a potential need for us, because again, everybody's looking in the short term as far as wide receiver goes. I mean, in the mid to long term, we needed a wide receiver. So I think it was a good pick. Good pick, man. Good pick. Anything else on this day before we move on?
Nah, man, we good, man. I loved it. And I love the picture you got of Sean Payton. I just want you to know that was hilarious.
Yeah, it's funny. Yeah, I got a couple of touches in here. I hope y'all notice my design here, my little slide design, because it's got some little nuggets in there. Okay, so just find them. Just find them. I saw somebody in the chat pointed it out. Just check out the nuggets. Check out the nuggets. But all right, moving on. Let's move on to the. Dave. Oh man, we got some breaking news, dog. We got some breaking news.
Yes, man. Just so you know, man, this breaking news is brought to you by Manscaped.com. This is your pubic service announcement and the news that you all have been waiting for. Let me tell y'all something, man. The Manscaped engineering team has confirmed that they have successfully created the Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer, which is now available for purchase in the United States and Canada. This new trimmer was just released only moments ago, and we're one of the first to get our hands on it to share the news. Join over 2 million worldwide who trust Manscaped with this exclusive offer for you. 20% off and free worldwide shipping with the code PNP at manscaped.com. And I'm going to tell you something, guys, man. I'm one of the first ones to try the new 4.0, and I am blown away by the performance. Let me show it to you, man. I'm gonna pull it out the box for you, man.
It's nice, dog.
You gotta see this. Let me tell you something. Man. Look at this, man. You can't beat this, man. This joint is outstanding. You got the light going. You know what I'm saying? You ready to rock. So their advanced ceramic blade and skin-safe technology is so good that it almost seems as if Manscaped worked with Elon Musk engineers to ensure that your testes are as safe as possible. Look, man, how you feel about trimming your balls, bro?
Hey, man, you got to do it, bro. You got to. Hey, it's got to be done, man. It's got to be done.
It has to be
keep
done.
Your wife happy, bro.
I'm telling you, man, no doubt about that. So what makes this trimmer different from all the other trimmers? It has a new multifunction on-off switch that can engage a travel lock created for people who like to go on the road. And like me, and you as well, sir. Facts. I used to go on the road a lot, dude. So, I didn't have this in my life, but if I do have to get back on the road, I'm definitely taking this bad boy with me. The Lawnmower 4.0 gives you the ability to turn on the 4000K LED spotlight on and off when needed for a more precise shave.
Underrated feature right there. I love it.
I'm telling you.
Let me jump in there because I was kind of upset at Manscaped when they had the light, but you couldn't turn it on and off. I need to have the ability to turn it off.
And now you do.
They added that. I'm glad they added that.
Yeah, that's a big deal for this bad boy. That's beautiful. So so if you've been holding off and getting one, now you don't have no excuses. If you had the LED light problem, this is your chance, buddy. The new trimmer even allows you to customize your trim all over through additional guard length with sizes 1 through 4. The original one only had 3. Yep. So this is another upgrade from the 3.0. And looks wise, it's sleek with a two-tone matte and gloss finish, and even features a hot foil stamped black chrome Manscaped logo. You see that?
It's fresh too.
It's fresh, bro.
It's fresh.
Show that moral off loud and proud. The optimized Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer is waterproof, so you can groom in the shower and not have to worry about making a mess on the bathroom floor. And did I mention wireless charging? The Lawnmower 4.0 new wireless charging system uses electromagnetic induction, which can help the battery length last longer. If you're still trimming your face with your ball trimmer, it's time to make some changes, man. So remember, man, get 20% off and free shipping with the code PNP at manscaped.com. No person wants to end up with pubes in their mouth, and your balls will thank you.
They will thank you.
Yes. So just one more time for you guys. Get 20% off and free shipping with the code PNP at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com and use the code PNP. Unlock your confidence and always use the right tools for the job with Manscaped. And like I said, the Manscaped Lawnmower 4.0 is available for shipping right now in the United States and Canada. Now, for my European brothers and sisters, I'm sorry they're not out in these streets yet for y'all. I'm pretty sure it will be eventually. But for you guys that are in North America, let's get it, man. Get that 20% off popping.
Yeah, man. So Dave, appreciate that pubic service announcement, dog. It's very important, man. We needed that. We needed that breaking news right there. We needed that breaking news. All right, so let's get back into the matter at hand. Listen, we got to talk about this roster. Because it's important. We are now at 89 guys because we did let go of one of our DTs. So we're now at 89 guys on the roster right now. And I think it's important that we start to kind of guess who's going to be here, who's not going to be here in the 53. So what I've done was I've broken it down by position. I've given you all the guys, and we can start to guesstimate who's going to be there, who's not going to be there. Let's go ahead and get this prediction out the way too early 53-man roster, because I think it's a lot of competitive positions, and we can kind of walk through it and give our opinions, Dave. So real quick, let's go ahead and jump into it. Sam Darnold, PJ Walker, Will Grier, Tommy Stevens, Dave. And I'm going to give you what we kept last year. Again, we have a very limited history of what Matt Rule kept in years prior. But I will tell you that we kept 3 quarterbacks last year. I'm going to do this for each position. We kept 3 quarterbacks last year. So, Dave, if you had to pick 3, who's going to be the 3 you pick?
Darnold, Walker, and Stevens.
Dave, that's what I said. So, Dave, I think Will Grier, man, I think he's going to be the odd man out. I think, again, you got to keep in mind.
Unless Will Grier has a phenomenal training camp and balls in the opportunity of his preseason, he's a dead man walking, bro.
You got to trade him, man. We got to trade him. We got to either please try to find a trade partner for him. If not, I think Will Grier is going to be the odd man out. I think he is a more talented quarterback than Tommy Stevens, but Tommy Stevens offers that Taysom Hill kind of thing that the Saints have, and I think it's a valuable role in the offense. And again, I think Will Grier is more talented than Tommy Stevens. But again, of all the guys, these 3 guys have something in common, Dave. And what's that?
Rule was involved in bringing them all in.
Dave, you hit it. I ain't even had to. You first answer. Like, it's obvious. It's obvious that they're gonna go with their guys. And Will Grier is the only guy on this roster that was not brought in by Rule or Brady or Tepper or maybe Tepper. I don't know. But he's the only guy that's not there.
Now, that's the discussion point, right? Because if Grier makes the roster and he's pretty much the same guy that we've always seen, then that's going to say something. That's going to say something to me. Because Fitterer ain't got nothing to do with none of these guys other than Darnold, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Rule, the only person that Rule didn't bring in out of these 4 is Grier.
Yep.
So I'm telling you.
So yeah, that's my projection. The highlighted guys are my projection. Dave didn't have any input on this. This is my projection. We can debate them, as we go forward. But obviously, we're on the same page there. Again, yeah. I think Will Grier is going to be the odd man out, unless I agree with Dave. Unless he has a phenomenal training camp, phenomenal OTAs and all that stuff. I think he's going to be cut. Tommy Stevens, I think I think he's on a 2-year deal, if I'm not mistaken. So I think he's going to be around for a little bit. And we'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens. But I think that's going to be the quarterback room moving forward. So any more thoughts on the quarterbacks?
Cut and dry here, man. I'm good. Let's move on to the next position.
Right. Let's move on to the running backs. Here are our running backs, Dave, and we have 7 on the roster right now. Christian McCaffrey, Chuba Hubbard, Rodney Smith, Trent Cannon, Reggie Bonifant, Darius Clark, Spencer Brown. Last year, we kept 3 running backs. Who are your 3, Dave?
McCaffrey, Chuba.
This was tough.
Cannon.
So I went Rodney Smith. But
I was thinking Smith too. It's between those 2.
Listen, I don't fault you. I don't fault you for saying Trent Cannon because he does offer the return ability. Exactly. I don't think Rodney Smith has that. He hasn't proven it.
That's why I said Cannon.
Yep, but This is tough. This was a hard. I mean, because you talking about Bonifant too. I mean, Bonifant has the injury, concerns. Well, he had an injury last year,
Yep.
but this was tough, bro. This is tough. And again, I hear y'all. I hear y'all about Shane Cannon with the special teams. I hear y'all with that. I get it, but I like what Rodney Smith brought last year. I think he played very well considering what he came. Considering the circumstances last year. I think he came late into the season. He was brought in, then he was cut, and he was brought back, and then he played. And he played pretty well when I saw him. So I like Rodney Smith. I thought he played damn good considering the circumstances. So
Oh no, I'm not doubting the level of play. I think we know that McCaffrey and Hubbard are the obvious. So it comes down to the third guy. And I think I could see a scenario where Rodney Smith makes the roster over Cannon if somebody else is taking over the return game. That's where I see that scenario. But if Cannon ends up being a return person, that's going to take Rodney Smith out of there because they're going to probably try to leverage that position somewhere else. That's my mind. So in my head, Cannon's going to win the job off that strength alone. That's where I'm at. But
I hear you.
The first two are obvious. Everybody else is out of there. There's nobody else is making the team. That's how I feel about it. No. That's how I feel about it.
Yep. No, I agree. I agree with you, bro. But I agree with the Shane Cannon special teams. That does make sense. All right. But moving on. Let's move on to the next position. Fullbacks, Dave. We got 2 on the roster right now. Last year, we kept 1. Dave, who makes the roster?
Neither.
Yeah, that's what I said, Dave. Neither one is making the roster because you got Tommy Tremble who can play fullback. So neither one of these guys is making the roster. And trust me, when it comes to making the 53-man, it's tough. And you got to make these guys that offer position flexibility, bro, it's tough. It's tough trying to fit them in. So I don't think any one of these fullbacks are going to make the roster. If they do, it'll be a really big surprise for
But then it becomes back. Then it goes back to the argument of then maybe you keep 4 running backs, right?
Yeah, because last year we had Arma, and Arma, was he a running back? Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, if you combine the halfbacks and fullbacks into one, you kept 4. If you make the decision not to keep any of these fullbacks and leverage your tight end, to do the job, you can keep 4 running backs. That's my thought in my head. But I'm going off the rules. It's just a thought in the air. That's all.
No, it makes sense. It makes sense. That's why that flexibility makes sense. But moving on. Receivers, Dave. Wide receivers. We have 12 on the roster right now. We kept 7 last year. That's how many we kept last year when the 53-man was announced.
Oh.
Who you got?
DJ, Robbie, Marshall, Moore, Zylstra, Shy, Kirkwood.
This is what I got, Dave.
Yeah,
and let me tell you why.
No. It was between Kirkwood and Bayless for me.
Let me tell you why Keith Kirkwood becomes expendable at this point. Because Terrace Marshall was drafted. This guy, Terrace Marshall, and Keith Kirkwood are the exact same frame. 6'3", 200-some pounds. Keith Kirkwood, before Terrace Marshall was on the roster, was the only guy at that size. I know we have Robbie Anderson who's 6'3", but he's not built. He's not like a legit stout wide receiver like Terrace Marshall is. Keith Kirkwood was the only other guy at that size. I think it makes Kirkwood expendable having Terrace Marshall on the roster. And again, Shi Smith, and I think Omar Bayless, I'm telling you, I think Omar Bayless is going to surprise some people, bro. I think when he's healthy, I think he's going to shock some people. So Zylstra is not gone, bro. I can't let you do that.
Nah, he ain't go. Nah, he making the team. I think he's gonna make the team.
Yep. Yeah. So go ahead.
Yeah, I wasn't thinking about it from the cap side, Trill. I was thinking about the best 6. But I mean, some folks are bringing up Michael Simon, who ran a 4.2. That speed don't mean shit if you can't catch the ball.
It don't. Y'all get so infatuated with speed, bro. That's not everything. This man was available for drafts last year. This dude has been out there. He happened to show up at BYU's pro day. He doesn't all of a sudden go from an undrafted dude to a guy that's gonna make a 53-man roster. Like I don't. Could we be missing something? Sure,
Nah, I mean he
but
could make the team. I think the problem is
I
that
don't think so. Y'all gotta
there
relax.
there's so many wide receivers in this room that's it's gonna make it hard for him to get to the final seven. But you never know. Like I think like it goes back to the obvious, right? DJ, Robbie, Marshall, and Moore are 4 locks. Those are locks. Like those 4 are locks, in my opinion. I think Zylstra and Shaw Smith are probably and Omar the next 3 up from that standpoint. I mean, could there be a situation where Omar doesn't make the team? Yes. Could there be a situation where Shaw doesn't make the team? Yes. Could there be a situation where Brandon doesn't make the team? Possibly. But I think out of those 3, I think Brandon's probably got the most leverage when it comes to making sure he's going to make the roster. But I think Shaw and Omar, I could see scenarios where they don't make the team.
And I'm gonna be completely honest. We got a Zylstra bias here too. So you could take it for what it's worth. We being 100% transparent. He gonna make the team, and it's all bias intended. So we just being transparent with y'all. Like we not trying to hide our bias. It's a bias, bro. No Zylstra disrespect will be tolerated. Okay, so he's gonna make the team.
He is. But now, I mean, bias aside, he's still gonna make the team because I think special teams. There's a lot of things he can do. Like I think people forget about that part of it. You still got to play special teams. Like points are still made on special teams, and he's a factor there too. So I think he brings in a different factor that I think people keep forgetting. Like Micah Simon, if he becomes a special teams ace, then hell yeah, he'll make the damn team. But I'm not ready to say it's going to be because of him being a receiver.
Yeah. So yeah, just putting that out there that we do have a bias. But listen, I hear Micah Simon. I know he's fast. I get it, but
that ain't who else was fast? You know who else was fast? David Geddes was fast.
Yeah, but David Geddes had injury issues. That's different.
Philly Brown was fast too.
John Ross is fast.
Speed ain't everything if you can't do everything else around it.
Yeah, so speed ain't everything, bro. Like you got to be a good route runner. It's not just you can't just run flies verticals all day. You got to be good at your job, and just speed is not all. Like I don't like it when people just bring he run a 4. Like so what? Jerry Rice. What did Jerry Rice run, Dave?
He ran like a 4.46, I think it was 4.6.
Yeah, like a 4.6, bro. Yeah. Like come on, bro. All right, so moving on.
Philly was no. Let's be clear. If Philly was so great, why didn't he go to another team and start somewhere else? I don't think folks understand the wide receivers that Cam Newton got to throw to during his MVP season. I think y'all need to put some respect on his name, man. All right, moving on.
Tight ends. We have 6 on the roster right now. Last year, Dave, we kept 2. But this year, I definitely think we're going to keep 1 additional. So I made it 3. And that's why I took the fullback off because of Tommy Tremble. So I have 3 tight ends that we're going to keep. This is my prediction. But who you got? Just you can say 2 if you want, but I chose 3.
If it's 3, it's Dan Arnold and Tremble. I mean, if it's 2, it's Dan Arnold and Tremble. If it's 3, it's Arnold, Tremble, and Sullivan.
Dave, you went all with I kept Ian there, man. I kept Ian. I think he's gonna show something, but I hear you, bro. He could be absolutely on the chopping block, 100%. So
I think he getting chopped, bro.
I think I think there was a lot of investment in getting new blood into the tight end room, and I can absolutely
you don't bring all these tight ends in these streets.
Yeah. Dude, we had completely overhauled the tight end room, bro.
Dog,
I get it.
You don't bring, I hope he makes the team, but dog, you don't bring all these tight ends in these streets.
I feel you.
If your job ain't in jeopardy. And I think, and we can argue whether or not it was fair from the standpoint of, he's trying to replace Olsen earlier than what they thought he was going to have to replace Olsen. I mean, you could bring that in, but when it comes down to it, I think Rule is trying to look for somebody else. Simple as that. I think Thomas makes the team because nobody else wants to make the team. That's how I feel about it.
Yeah, man. That's crazy. But I could absolutely see Ian Thomas getting the axe here because they completely. I'm talking about we brought in like a whole ton of new.
You
blood.
brought in dog. You
brought in a guy.
You brought in Arnold. You drafted Trimble. Like You brought in
Brought in
like
Stephon Sullivan. Yep.
yeah, like you brought in all these cats. None of these cats was on the roster other than Ian last year. And
I think Colin was.
Colin was.
The
Yeah.
Reese kid was an undrafted free agent that was cut and then brought back, so he don't technically count. But yeah, you're right.
But it also goes back to the same reason why we agreed on the 3 quarterbacks that was going to make the roster. Rule didn't bring Ian in.
That's true. That's true. But I think what Rule and Brady wanted was more athleticism at the tight end position. I think Ian is solid, and I think he could be great somewhere else. But I think they just wanted more athleticism. Stephon Sullivan, he's an athlete, bro. I think he could really surprise some cats. We spoke. Matter of fact, I need to release that interview, Dave. We did interview Stephon Sullivan probably about a month and a half ago, and he talked to us a little bit about Joe Brady. But I think that Joe Brady and Matt Rule wanted more athletes in the building. Dan Arnold is an athletic tight end. Tommy Tremble, athleticism, versatility. Stephon Sullivan, athleticism, versatility. So I think that's what they want.
And knows the offense.
Yeah, and he knows offense. Correct. Stephon Sullivan does. Yes, 100%. 100%. So. Yep. So, yeah, I think that's what's going to happen with the tight ends. Anything else with tight ends, Dave?
People are saying Ian's going to make the team, but I think people are failing to realize is this, bro. Sometimes it's not about whether or not you're the best guy for the job. It's about who you know. This might be one of those moments. So that's where I'm at. Yeah. We got one guy that they signed in free agency, another guy that they just drafted and then drafted earlier than a lot of folks thought we should draft him.
Facts.
And then another guy that who was on the coaching staff at LSU with him.
Yep. All right, let's move on. I got Ian making the team, but I can definitely see us moving on. I can see it for sure.
Yep.
That being said, let's move on. All right, offensive line, Dave. We have 12. We have 16 on the roster right now, and last year we kept 9. 9. Dave. This is tough. This one was tough. So who you got?
Jesus. Irving, F-line, Paradis, Moulton.
Oh, and sorry, Dave. Sorry to cut you off. My bad. Just keep in mind this was copied and pasted from the Panthers, the article that they put out, and the order. Pay attention to the order. These orders are all from the Panthers. Okay, pay attention to the order. Right. So I have the positions that they play left to the right. So as you can see right now, that's the starting offensive line in order. They put that order out. That ain't me. That's not me putting all these. Or you go back through all of these orders. That was done by the Panthers, not me. That was not me. Okay. So just keep that in mind. The order matters for these. Okay. Just keep that in mind when you're looking at the rest of these. Order matters. And look what they did with the offensive line. My bad, Dave. Go ahead.
All right. So now I'm going to start over because I just remembered that. I knew that, but then you just reminded me that was the case. So back to what I was going to say. Irving, F-line, Paradis. I didn't say John Miller at first, but I'm going to keep him on. Miller, Moulton. Right now, that's probably going to be the starting lineup. I think Trent Scott has a shot to take out Irving, so Trent Scott would be number 6. Daly would be number 7. Christensen, they only kept how many?
9.
Ah, shit. Daly, Christensen. I think Moore makes the team. I do. The only thing that sucks is that Deontay Brown won't make the team if they only keep a 9, unless somebody else gets moved out. And I don't.
Let me help
unless John Miller gets moved out.
This is how I had it.
Yeah, that's about where I would think. Because the only person I would take out would be Miller. I would take Miller out to get Deontay Brown on the team. Because David Moore will make the team because he has versatility at the center position. Because they got to go laugh at the Paradise.
This is how I had it.
Little's out of there.
Greg Little out of here. John Miller, we got him on a 1-year deal. I don't think they anticipated getting Deontay Brown and David Moore. Those guys are going to make the team. And I think that
we could keep 10.
We could, but again, once you give it, you have to take it from somewhere else. That's where it gets tough.
Well, if you
So
well
you
you
could do that.
yeah, if you give it, the only place you could take it is probably from tight end. And you only keep two, but you can't do
So
that.
so they're saying that Miller is better than Eflin. Yes, it is, but Eflin got a 3-year deal and John Miller got a 1-year deal. So that tells you
Yeah.
how much they
That's
think
tell me how
about
much
Eflin.
faith that, yeah. That
I'm
tells you how much
telling y'all, the way this is ordered, it matters. I'm telling y'all, y'all can be cute with your little lines. I see y'all little lines in there, but this order matters, bro. I'm telling you, the order of this stuff matters, bro. I'm telling you, and it
yeah,
just
like
it
out of
just
the
proves that David Moore, he has a long way to go. He has a long. I think he's gonna do it, but he has a long way to go, bro. A long way to go.
I mean, I think it could be a situation where they might try to hide him on the practice squad, but I don't think that's gonna work, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. That ain't gonna work this time. I don't think that's gonna work. Because once they realize he has versatility at center, somebody's gonna swoop his ass up. But then again, they have to put him on the 53, right?
Who?
More like if Moore goes to the like
Yo,
to
I'm telling y'all right now, if Moore goes to the practice squad, he's getting scooped up by somebody. Somebody's
yeah.
gonna put him on their 53 man for sure. So you have to protect him at all costs. Therefore, he needs to make the roster.
The only other scenario I see is if Deontay Brown, um, if Deontay Brown has a situation where he can't get his weight right and they decide to let him go because he didn't have the discipline. But he's already lost like 30 pounds. So I think he's gonna have the discipline to stay on the team.
Yeah, I think he'll be fine. I think,
Yeah.
but this is an interesting conversation. I think Moore, Brown, those are the future guards. You got to keep them around. And then Christensen, he's versatile, can play all across the line. Trent Scott, he's versatile, can play all across the line. Daly, versatile, can play all across the line. So all those guards, all those guys, pretty much have a lot of versatility. So even Cameron Irving, he could slide in the guard too. So we got a lot of versatility. We just need somebody to stick at left tackle. That's the
Yeah, I
only
mean, but the
problem.
thing is, like, if Trent, because I could see Trent Scott beating out Cam Irving. If Trent Scott wins that job, I could see Irving moving to right guard. I could legitimately see that, and I wouldn't be that mad at it. You know what I'm saying? I could see that happening, and then John Miller would be out of there. You know, so they're not gonna cut Eflin, man. They signed him to that 3-year deal. They're not cutting
Yeah, I
Eflin.
don't, I don't think there's a ton of guaranteed money in that, but he's not going nowhere. It's Miller's the guy. If anybody's getting cut, it's gonna be Miller.
And
He's got a 1-year deal.
Little is absolutely out of here.
And I see y'all talking about the roster spots, the additional roster spots, and how they upped it to 50, 55. That's a good question. I can't remember. I do recall them playing around
Yeah,
with the
they did up
numbers.
at the 55, and if they do that, then they'll keep 10 of these guys. Because
Yeah,
just like
I
you
agree
said,
there.
because then at that point Miller would be in. That's why I picked Miller because of the starting. But then it forced me to make a choice between Deontay and Moore, and I would pick Moore because Moore can play center. Paradise's contract is about to go up, and we're gonna have a center of the future. So that's why you kind of got to put Moore in the roster and groom him. So it's 55. I could see one of those extra spots going to this position.
It definitely needs to go here for sure. If we're gonna keep an extra person, it needs to be from the offensive line. So I probably put Miller back in.
Yeah, it'll be Miller for
I think
me.
Little is out of here though.
Yeah,
Little's out.
There's no way Little survives this round.
All right, moving on. We've got defensive ends, Dave. Defensive ends: Brian Burns, Etur Gross-Matos, Morgan Fox, Austin Larkin, Marquise Haynes, Christian Miller. Dave.
How many did we keep last year?
Last year we kept 5. We have 6 on the roster right now.
Are you serious?
Yep.
So only one of these guys is getting cut?
Yep. Well, it was 2. We already cut one of them. I think Frank Heron was one of the guys, and we let him go today. So yeah.
All right.
So who you got?
God, Haynes is getting cut.
Yeah, Frank Heron, he got cut earlier. I forgot to take him from the slide, so disregard him. This is how I got it. I don't know about Christian Miller. There's too many unknowns for me. I don't know where he's going to play. But for me, this is how I had it. And
yeah,
I
like
could
the
I could
top
absolutely
four.
see it going the other way.
The top 4 are obvious. The debate becomes Haynes versus Miller, right? Like I think Larkin, Fox, Matos, Burns are all making the team. Larkin's not getting cut. Not happening. It goes
I don't
back.
know, man.
Yeah.
This is tough. This is a good competitive room right here. Somebody gonna beat somebody out. It's gonna be tough, bro. It's gonna be tough. But I could definitely see Christian Miller making it. I could see Marquise Haynes get because Marquise is in the last year of his contract. So you got to pay him at some point. And if you're not going to pay him, what's the point? Keeping
Yeah.
him around. So
I
I don't. Go ahead.
Yeah, I know some people are saying Larkin's probably going to be the odd man out. I just
They
don't
just
see it.
saying that because they don't know who he is. They like, oh, who is Austin Larkin? They never seen Austin Larkin before. Like, yo,
Yeah.
he's pretty solid, bro. Like, I don't think he's going nowhere. And
Yeah,
when he was out there, he played well.
I know Haynes had a great year last year. It's just I think it's going to be a legit competition. I think Miller potentially might have more upside than him. But I mean, it could be either one. I mean, I think Burns, Grosmatos, and Fox are obvious stays. Lark is probably going to win the battle, and then it's just going to be a battle for that final spot.
Order matters. That's all I'm gonna say. They put it out that
Dog.
way, bro. It ain't me. Order matters. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. All right, moving on, Dave. Let's move on to the defensive tackles. Defensive tackles. This one last
This
year.
one is interesting.
Last year, I don't think it's interesting at all. I
Yeah.
think it's pretty cut and dry. We got 7 on the roster right now, and we kept 4 last year. I think it's pretty cut and dry, Dave.
Top 4.
Top 4 guys.
Brown, Jones, Roy, and Nixon.
This is probably the easiest group that's out there.
Now, Hoskins is a practice squad candidate. I think because I was questioning whether or not we should have drafted him in the 7th, but Hoskins is probably a guy that could probably survive and make the practice squad. So that's how I feel about that. But yeah, them top 4s, those are the obvious ones. I'm looking forward to seeing how Nixon plays, man. I really do. But
hey, y'all funny, bro. Y'all talking about because we interviewed somebody, they making hey, slight bias, bro. And we let it be known. I don't got no bias for Larkin. We did interview Larkin, but ain't no bias there. I'm just saying it's just fact. Like, yo, he played well when he was out there, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like y'all like the pretty stats. Y'all see a couple sacks. Like, yo, what has Marquise Haynes done outside of last year? And he's under like they telling you all you need to know right here. Oh, y'all, I hate him. They not real. Bro, this proof is in the effing pudding right here, bro.
That's the order that's on the. That's the order that was. Site.
It's on the site, bro. It ain't me saying to be mad at the Panthers, not me.
Yo, the order says it all, man. They got the order says it all. Wait till you see cornerback.
Yeah, all right, yeah. Let's move on. Let's move on.
Wait till y'all see cornerback. Y'all gonna have a blast there. Move on.
Let's move on to the linebackers, Dave. This is interesting. We gotta pause here for a second because you gotta see Jeremy Chin here. Mm-hmm. Jeremy Chin is listed as a linebacker on the roster. Again, once again, let me say it for all the people in the back. This is not me. This is the Panthers putting this out, bro. They put him as a linebacker, not me. Okay, so that's them. He's listed as a linebacker on the roster. They put him there. So, that being said, what do you got here? We have 10 on the roster right now. We kept 6. Dave.
Thompson, Reddick, Chin, Perriman, Carter, Fisher.
Ooh, you taking Patty?
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I'm going Louisville, man. I like Frankie, man.
I like Frankie too.
Flexibility. I like Frankie, bro.
I think Patty. I think Patty could potentially make that roster, bro.
I think he's going to start on the practice squad, but I do like Patty Fisher. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
He could surprise some folk, but it ain't. I don't see him beating up. Louisville got another level. Like, he plays with some aggression, bro. Like, if you turn some film on from Louisville, like, this dude he plays with a different level of intensity, bro. And I love his game.
Here's my thing. There could be a surprise cut in this section. I'm gonna tell y'all that right now. Now it could be Carter, it could be Louisville, but I could see a surprise cut here to try to get Patty in. Because Patty might be another one of those situations where he might not be able to survive through the squad. So we'll see. It'll be interesting. But it is intriguing to see Chin up there, man, at the linebacker spot, I will say.
I didn't do it. Just for the record, again, I didn't do it. They did it. Okay, so he's not me. So yeah, it is interesting. It is interesting, especially with the way there's no way I would even put Jeremy Chin as a linebacker just off the strength of how bare that safety room looks. When I pull that up,
Mhm.
y'all might throw up in your mouth. Okay, it's ugly. It is ugly. We need to move Chin over there just to kind of brighten the day up a little bit over because it's ugly. It's not pretty. But let's move on
Then it goes back
to
to the debate of whether or not we're going to play a 3-4 more. Because you wouldn't put, like, 'cause the thing is, you wouldn't have Chin here if you weren't going to play a little bit more 3-4.
I don't think that has anything to do with what scheme we run. I think
Yeah.
that's I don't think it has anything to do with it.
Because the safety room is so bare, man. You would think that putting him at safety would make the most sense, but I'm not the coach. We'll let him be.
We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens.
Because the thing that's crazy is that you would think that Perryman would be starting. That's my point. You know what I'm saying? Like, Perryman should be starting.
We'll see. We'll see how they come out, how they line up week in the preseason because it is going to be interesting. I think it's just a matter of get the best players out there, bro. And I think getting the best players out there means you're going to play a 4-2-5. That's what I think that means. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. This is the cornerback room.
Look who's at the top.
And I didn't do this again. The Panthers did it.
Saying.
The Panthers put the rookie at the top, not me.
It ain't alphabetical order.
And listen, not me.
I know that. It
not
ain't
me.
Alphabetical order.
Once again, for all the haters in the chat, I didn't put the rookie at the top. The Panthers did. For the right reason.
These staff writers could say all the hell they want, but it really doesn't matter. Oh, yeah. Okay. It ain't. Is it based on round? Is that it? Did they order them by the rounds that folks were drafted in? Is that it? Was that it? I'm trying to figure out the method.
Dave,
they could have put Jalen Julius at the top. Then that would have told me that it really didn't matter. That's what I'm saying.
So JC at the top, Dante Jackson, AJ Bouye, obviously he's got to come off of suspension. Mm-hmm. Rashawn Melvin, Troy Pride, and Dave. Last year, we kept 5 of these guys. There's 8 on the roster right now. Who you got? Who's your 5?
Horn, Jackson, Bouye, Taylor, Melvin.
Ooh, Dave, nah. Can't get with you on that. This is how I got it.
Pride will probably make the roster, but
this is how I got it. This is how I got it.
Well, Pride was drafted by rule, wasn't he?
Yep.
Yeah, so take Melvin off. Pride's in.
I think Melvin was brought in for like a safety blanket, probably to help teach the
Melvin will make the team while Bouye suspended. And then after that, Melvin's out of here.
Yes, I agree with you. I agree with that. Not mad at that at all. But yeah, so listen, the order didn't come from me. It came from the Panthers. JC Horn at the top of the list. CB1, 8 for Kobe. I'm here for it. I'm here for all the dog, bro. I'm cheering for him. And I love Keith Taylor. I think he's going to have – I don't think he's going to play much this year, but I'm talking year 2, year 3 for Keith Taylor. Ooh, boy. Him and JC Horn together, that's going to be a problem. I cannot wait to see that tandem. I think it's going to be really good in the future. So I'm hoping Keith Taylor gets a little bit of burn. Hope he don't get fed to the wolves and then y'all kill him. But I love Keith Taylor, man. Love that pick. But any more thoughts on the cornerbacks?
Nah, man. Like I said, Rashawn Melvin is gonna make the team first hand, and then as soon as Bouye is eligible.
And again, we do have the extra pick. So if we already gave, if we're keeping 55, we already gave one of those to an offensive lineman. You could potentially keep another cornerback as well. Again, I'm basing it off the 53, but again, we do have to add another 2. So
Somebody asked about Jackson at the 2. I think Jackson at the 2 is fine. I think I'd rather him be in the slot, but I can understand Jackson being at the 2. I think if Bouye gets back to his best form or close to his best form, Bouye could be in the outside. You could put Jackson inside in a perfect case scenario. JC is going to be our shutdown guy. I think they're
shadow. Please shadow the best guy. Please shadow the best guy. I love that. Love it. And listen, I think Dante Jackson, again, contract year for Dante Jackson. I think he's going to ball out personally. Do I think we should pay him?
No.
I don't know about that, especially with the way this draft just went. I think you can get nickel cornerbacks.
They don't draft. They don't, guys, for the folks in the chat who keeps thinking we're going to sign Dante Jackson, they don't draft J.C. Horn in the first round. They're going to re-sign Dante Jackson. Period.
I wouldn't say that.
But I will say. Do you honestly? Let's keep it a buck. Do you honestly think if Dante Jackson balls out this year, that man's going to take anything under the number 1 cornerback salary? He's not going to take anything lower than that. You've kind of made the decision when you made the decision to sign JC.
Yeah, I think with the surprising pick for me was Keith Taylor. You took Keith Taylor. If he pans out, you put him outside. Dante Jackson wants outside cornerback money, so he's going to want to play outside. That's where the money is made for cornerback. So I think he's going to play there. He's going to want CB2 money. He's going to try to demand that CB2 money. I just think he's going to price himself out of Carolina, personally. That's how well I think Dante's going to play this year. I think he's going to price himself out of Carolina. That's just me. And again, I think you got other guys on the roster right here, especially, again, I'm a huge fan of Keith Taylor. We'll see what happens with Keith. Hopefully he develops, but I really like Keith Taylor a lot. So you're not going to be able to re-sign Dante for the cheap. That's the problem. He's going to want CB2 money, and that ain't cheap.
All right. Before we go to the safeties, I just wanted to make a quick statement. Guys, if you agree or disagree with what we've been talking about with this 53-man roster action, leave us a voicemail, 704-759-6562. We'll get to it later today. And that's all I got for that. So just leave us a voicemail if you got your opinion, and we'll go from there.
Good segue, Dave, because they got a lot to say. Man. Hit that voicemail. Hit the voicemail.
Yo, I see, this chat is out here popping. I just, down some digits.
Yeah. Dial the digits, man. And make sure you hit that like button, too, while you're at it. And if you're not, subscribe. Hit the subscribe button, too. All right, moving on. Safeties. This is ugly, Dave. This is absolutely... This is terrible. This is a terrible room, man. This is a terrible room.
Dog,
I'm not happy with this.
No, bro, it can't be that terrible. You know why? You want to know why?
Why is that, Dave?
We ain't draft one. Couldn't be that terrible because we ain't draft one.
We sacrificed that for taking Tommy Tremble. We sacrificed our safety room for taking Tommy Tremble.
Not just that. Tremble, long snapper. Our defensive tackle ain't gonna make the team.
Yeah.
So we obviously didn't think safety was that damn important. We could have drafted the safety that didn't get drafted. Everybody had so high on their list that Arnius, whatever his name is,
Ardarius Washington.
Yeah, Ardarius Washington. We could have drafted him instead of Phil Hoskins.
And we could have even brought him in as an undrafted free agent if we threw him the bag because he went undrafted.
Yeah. So my point is, they obviously didn't think safety was that important. So I think so it goes back to that whole discussion about when you look at what they did in the draft, they are obviously fine with picking 2 or 3 of these guys to be on the roster. So you guys can chat about how you feel about the safeties, but Rule and Fitterer was like, nah, we good. We roll with these guys. We're going to pick a couple of these guys and roll with it. And we're not even going to put Jeremy Chin there.
We got to put Chin. Chin brightens the day a little bit here, but God, this is terrible, bro. And listen, I think Sam Franklin. I think he's developing. He's developing, and I like Sam Franklin. I thought he was up and down last year. He had some bright moments. Had some moments where his communication wasn't well. He wasn't where he's supposed to be. Could he develop? Sure. And he's got to connect with your boy. But
the chat's like, can we get rid of all the safeties?
Yo, it ain't good, bro. It ain't good, man.
How many did
It
we
ain't
keep
good.
last year?
Last year we kept 5 safeties.
Are you serious?
We kept 5 safeties last year.
Now, if there's a situation to get the 10 offensive linemen, here it is, sir. Here we go. This is it. There's no way we keeping 5 of these guys. There's no way.
Mm-mm. I think what happens is you move Chin here and you keep 4. That's my
Or
thought process. Or you
or
just
or or you keep these are probably the 4 because I don't. Yeah, those are probably going to be the 4. Or you decide you keep Chin and you still only keep 3 total, even with Chin.
I agree.
And then you just say, all right, we're
I
going to have
agree,
a 10th
Dave.
offensive lineman, a 4th running back, or maybe we keep an additional linebacker, save a practice squad spot. Maybe you
Yeah,
do that.
this is ugly. This is the worst room, and it again all those draft picks, and we didn't pick not one safety, bro.
Not one. We have drafted 11 guys, and we said long snapper. So that
That's why I
tells you
don't.
how they feel. No, but that tells you
That's why
how
I don't
they
like
feel
that
about
pick.
the room. No, but if the fact that they said out of all the players for our final comp pick in the 6th round, we're rolling with a long snapper over a safety, that says a lot. Like, I understand how you felt about the Trey Smith situation, but Trey Smith wasn't even on the board. I'm talking about the fact that you could have drafted a safety and you said long snapper. So that tells you how they feel about the room. They probably think the room's fine.
I'm not fine. I tell you that. This is ugly. This is ugly.
Somebody said move Dante to free safety. Dante
I
wouldn't be happy. Dante wouldn't be happy playing free safety. You know
yeah.
why?
The
Because he won't
money's
get paid.
yeah. The money's in the cornerback position.
Dog.
So and I think it's all about the money. Again, I think it would be smart to move Dante to free, but again, he's on a you're not going to do that on a contract year. He's trying to get paid.
Sure
And
not.
he's good. The outside cornerback is the guys that get paid, and you have to look at it from that perspective. You can't just say, "Oh, let's move him to free safety." First of all, he's got to want to move there, and second of all, he's got to be good at it. He is rangy. He's super fast, but I don't know if he's going to want to do that due to the money. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But Dave, we still got another position group left. The specialists. Dave, last year we kept 3 of these guys.
And they all got competition.
And they all got every one of them got competition. Who you got?
You know what? I'm gonna have fun. I think all the guys over there last year ain't making the team this year.
Oh shit.
Amendola,
Yo.
Blankenich, and Fletcher, they're gonna be our guys next year.
Dave getting rid of everybody, bro.
Listen, man.
I feel you. I feel you.
But all
I think Charlton is nice. He's a good punter.
No. I think Charlton, out of all the folks that are here, that was here last year, Charlton's the safest one out of the 3. So if one of them makes the team, it'll be Charlton. Everybody like Amendola. If Amendola shows any type of like close to what Sly was doing, if not better, he's going to make the team. Fletcher, you know why they drafted that man. He's making the team.
Yep. I did it, Dave. I didn't like it either. We getting JJ up out of here, bro, and I don't like it.
Well, you knew it was happening as soon as they drafted it.
Yeah,
Dog, the moment there was 2 moments where I knew that Jansen was gone. The first moment was there's 3 moments. The first moment was when we drafted Fletcher. The second moment was when they had a B-roll, a highlight reel for Fletcher.
ESPN highlight reel for the dude, bro. It's crazy.
And the third thing was the fact that I realized that JJ Jansen's contract isn't guaranteed at all. So they can cut him and save $1 million.
Yep. No bueno.
So, but I think Amendola is going to beat out Sly, man. I do. I really do.
Hey, 89J Stuff said Amendola getting cut and making the Pro Bowl somewhere else. Yeah, we've seen that playbook before.
Sure has. That's why you can't let it happen. You gotta keep him. Let Sly make the Pro Bowl somewhere else.
All right, Dave. That was it for the roster. We probably could have did a whole segment on this, but we will see if we can limit the discussion. But this list came out. It was floating all over Twitter. And I want your opinion, Dave. What's your opinion on this top 10 Panthers list of all time?
I'm looking at the players and I'm marinating in my head about other players that potentially getting here. Oh, man. See, man, me being a hip-hop head, everybody's 10 is different, right?
Everybody's 10 is different.
Everybody's 10 is different. I think I'm not mad at this 10. I'm mad at the order. And I think if you're going to put somebody else within this 10, you have to put Olsen in here.
Who you taking out? Because I agree. But who you taking out?
Man. Christ, man. I knew he was going to ask that. That's what makes it hard. Because I know the easiest target is Jake, but you kind of can't take Jake out of there, bro. You can't. You can't. You can't. The man had a really good record on the road. He led us to a Super Bowl. You can't. Without his plays, we don't get there, bro. Simple as that. But I could
First of all, Dave, I think it's valid. I think it's a valid question because even when it comes to rap and hip hop, what's your criteria? What is the criteria for the top 10? Because for me, when I do it, it's more than just the player, right? It's about impact. It's about what you've done for the team. And that's why Sam Mills deserves to be in the top 10. When you have the slogan and not only that, see, we had an opportunity to speak with some guys that were there when he was there. And the impact that the dude bestowed upon that team, bro, I think it's huge. So you gotta have Sam Mills in the top 10 Panthers of all time simply because of the keep pounding. You got to. It's cheered. He's got a statue outside. You have to keep him there for impact.
I think if you take one off, I think everybody would say Jake. I think I probably would say Ryan, to be honest with you. I would probably say Ryan. When you take everything into account, when you talk impact and everything else, I would probably take Ryan because I can't take Gross off. I can't do it. Won't do it. I can't do it. And everybody else can't move. The debate comes between Ryan and Jake. And if you ask me now, it's Jake. Jake got to stay. Jake has to stay, bro. If I got to put Olsen in here, Ryan would be gone and Olsen would come in. Simple as that.
Okay. So that's your beef. That's your beef.
That's my thing.
Your biggest beef is that Olsen isn't on the list.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm cool with this 10. If you tell me somebody that should be there that isn't there, it would probably be Olsen. And if I put Olsen in there, Khalil will be the one that's gone. But I'm not a fan of the order of this 10 either. Let me be clear.
Yeah, that's my biggest issue.
Yo,
because
there's an ordering issue here that we gotta make some adjustments on.
Yeah, the order to me is not right. And the biggest issue I have, and y'all already know, if you watching this podcast, you've been watching for a long time, then you know who needs to be number one. And that is Steve Smith.
Yes.
Steve Smith is the greatest Panther of all time. There is no debate. Sorry if you've been watching since Cam came around. Maybe you caught the tail end of Steve's career, but you didn't quite get to see everything. And that's not your fault. That's not your fault. But I'm telling y'all right now, Steve Smith is the greatest Panther of all time. And it's not debatable to me. It's not debatable. And I love Cam Newton. But Cam got to drop to about maybe 3.
Nah, you probably 2, lower than that.
Maybe
lower
2.
Than that.
You can make a debate for 2. But 3 is probably where I got.
Nah, because I can argue you put Pep or Luke at 2, bro. I can argue both of them for 2.
I think Pep got to go 2.
Yeah, like Pep's probably 2.
And I'm putting Cam at 3.
No,
I'm putting Luke. Cam at 3. I can't put Luke over Cam, bro. I can't do that.
Why?
The impact, bro. Impact. Yo, listen.
Luke didn't have impact?
He had a major impact, but Cam had a bigger one, bro.
Luke led the league.
I can't put, and I love Luke, bro. I love Luke. See, don't make me do this, Dave. Don't make me
No,
do that.
man, nah. Because I gotta make you think about this shit. I gotta make you think about this shit because you gotta think about this shit. Like when we do these hip hop debates, it's the same thing. I gotta make you think about this shit. Like you can't come to me and tell me that Luke ain't 3. You can't. I understand you can say, well, Cam, he won the NFL MVP. But then the same people that put Cam number 1 over Steve Smith doesn't understand the fact that the one time that Cam Newton threw for 4,000 yards, who was the number 1 wide receiver? Steve Smith. So we can't be out here acting like Luke can't be up there. Luke led since he was in the league, the time he was in the league, he led the NFL in tackles. Not making this shit up. I know you can't. Jay. That man won Defensive Rookie of the Year and then Defensive Player of the Year back to back. First 2 years in the league. That's right.
I agree. For sure.
Luka, those 2 guys are first ballot. And you're going to tell me that you're not going to put first ballot Hall of Famers in front of Cam? I understand that Cam won that NFL MVP.
I can't do it.
I know you can't.
I love Luke, bro. But I can't put him over. I can't put him over Cam, yo. What Cam has done for the Panthers.
Yeah, if you take everything.
That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing.
That's fair.
That's what I'm doing.
Damn it, if you going off football stats, football numbers.
No, Dave, I said impact. I said everything. Everything.
You Smith have to ain't put first. No, you're right. You're right, Marcus. Smith ain't first ballot, but Luke and Peppers are. Luke and Pepper definitely are.
It's a position thing, though. It's a position thing, too.
The thing about Steve Smith being number 1 is the fact if you go through the laundry list of how many touchdowns he caught with the quarterbacks in Carolina, dog, they ain't 2 wide receivers that can be out here saying that in these streets.
Facts.
Like we triple crown. Triple crown. Like I don't think folks realize some folks need to go back and look at the quarterbacks that Steve Smith was catching passes from. And then you can think about all the other wide receivers that are going to probably get in ahead of him in the hall. And think about who they have for quarterbacks. And then you start having that.
I'm telling y'all right now, whenever it happens, because it's gonna happen, because Steve is part of the media, and that's part of his angle is to get those media votes. It's going to happen. When Steve Smith gets into the Hall of Fame, I will be there. I will be there when when Peppers gets there, but most specifically, Steve. When Steve is there, I will be there in attendance. He is the greatest Panther of all time, and we can have a debate. If you want to debate me, I'll do a whole show if you want to debate me on Steve Smith being the greatest Panther of all time.
We can agree about the 4. Like Cam at 4 or 3. I mean, I think I will put him at 4, but I think our 4 are there. It's just a matter of the order. Like Cam ain't 1. Let's be clear. Cam's not.
Not 1. I love Cam, but I'm not putting him over Steve. Again, yeah. If you did not watch Steve Smith in his heyday, don't talk to me. That's all I'm gonna say. Don't talk to me if you ain't watched Steve in his heyday.
Nope.
Don't talk to me, bro. Shout out to Von Don. Appreciate that.
That dude was all pro in 2 different positions, fam.
Don't talk to me if you've never seen Steve Smith in his heyday. I'm talking about 2000. Don't talk to me, bro. Triple Crown, please relax. Don't talk to me. Steve is the greatest Panther of all time. I love what Cam has done. Great player.
And the thing that's wild, like we're out here debating like whether or not Cam should be number 1 over Steve Smith. But if you want to be quite frank, there's some old school Panthers fans that will put Sam Mills above all of them. They will put Mills over all of them.
That's a great question. So when does Christian McCaffrey make the list?
Oh, that's a phenomenal question. Yo, he is marching. Notice we don't have any running backs up here. And we've had some pretty good ones.
We had some really good ones.
Stephen Davis, D'Angelo Williams, Jonathan Stewart. We had some really good running backs here. So,
just saying, just interesting. I think just to go back again, I think that the 4 in the top 4 are right. It just that order. I'm going Steve, Pep, Cam, Luke. That's my order.
That's your 4.
And I think TD is right where he should be, right about 5.
Yeah,
I think that's 5. Fair.
I would get Khalil way lower than 6.
I think Khalil got to drop a little bit. Gross deserves to be there. Moose, I think Moose is right about where he should be at 9.
Moose should be a little higher.
I think he should be 8, 9. 8, 9 is cool.
Yeah,
8, 9 is cool.
Sam's got to be there. I think the debate is Jake for a lot of people.
Jake. So you're taking Jake out and put Olsen in?
No, I said I'll take Khalil out.
That's what you said.
No, I said I'll take Khalil out and put Olsen in. And I'll blame his brother. But I'll take Khalil out and put Olsen in.
Does Khalil get a dock for his brother? Does he get docked?
No.
Does he get penalized for bringing his brother to Carolina?
Brother or not, though, all jokes aside, I gotta put Olsen in there. And if I gotta take one out, it's gonna be Khalil. Jake's gotta be there, dude. He was the starting quarterback for our first Super Bowl. And he was a big factor in X-Clown doesn't happen without Jake Delhomme. I don't give a damn what you say.
Yo, Cody, we might need to set this up, bro. We might need to set this up because you bugging, bro. You bugging. You are bugging, fam. You are bugging. You must have called Steve on the back end. I don't know when you started watching Panther football. You gotta give me a year. Give me a year when you started watching Panther football before I even entertain that. Give me a year of when you started watching Panther football before I even entertain that. That's what I want to know.
Well, he's talking about Julius over Cam.
Huh?
But he's talking about Julius
any
over
player.
Cam. No, he said putting Julius over Cam Newton. I don't understand how anyone could put.
Julius. Okay, my bad. Okay, my bad. I misread what you said, bro. I misread. My bad. Fair. I'm about to jump on you, bro. My bad. Okay, I can get you. I get you there. I can dig that. You can have that debate. You can have that debate on whether Cam Peppers. I get that. You can have that debate. I think Peppers is. I just like Pep. I like Pep. I think the Carolina connection. I think what he's done in that position, bro. Like the sacks. I think the Panthers just posted something. He's the only player to have 100 plus sacks and 10 interceptions in the league. Mm-hmm. Like, bro. Man, I disagree, bro. I disagree, Cody. I disagree. Whenever you started watching, bro, it depends when you started watching, bro.
There's two sets of fan bases. There's the fan bases that was here pre-Cam, and then there's the fan base that was here post-Cam. And I think the post-Cam fan base is going to put Cam at number one. And I can understand why.
Yeah, they're ignorant to their own. It's not their fault.
Yeah. It's just
they don't know what they don't know.
It's just like rap fans who put Lil Wayne in the top 10. Like, y'all just don't know. Like, y'all don't know
what you don't know, bro.
You don't know what you don't know. I can't expect you to know about Big Daddy Kane or Rakim and some of them other heads because Lil Wayne was your guy and he influenced a lot for a certain region. Cool. I understand it, just don't agree with it. Got it. But the folks, the fans that was there pre-Cam, they're going to see it a little bit differently. I think they're going to take more into the fact of Keith Powder. They're going to take more into the fact of what Jake did. They're going to take more into the fact of what Pep did. Like, I think there's going to be a lot of other factors involved that you're not going to get with the post-Cam folk. That's all. Like, I don't think folks understand how good Steve Smith was.
Yo, playing with bums.
Dog, like I don't
think... even Jake, bro. I called Jake Delhomme, Mr. Throw It Up, let Steve go get it, because that's all he was, bro. Steve corrected so much, and Steve made if you got Jake Delhomme in the top 10, why is he there, Dave? Because of Steve Smith. He's there because of Steve Smith. That's a fact.
No, let's keep it a buck. Let's keep it a buck. And this is for the post Cam Panthers fans.
Listen,
right here.
All I want to know.
No. Here it is. Hold
on, real quick. All I want to know, if you putting Cam at number one, just tell me when you started watching Carolina Panthers football, and that'll tell me everything I need to know. That's all I want to know. If you're gonna put Cam over Smitty, just tell me what year did you start watching Carolina Panthers football? That's all I want to know. Go ahead, Dave. Finish your point.
Here's my defense on why Jake is in the 10. Yes, he was a slanger. Absolutely, he was. But when you think about what he did, Steve Smith got paid when Jake as the quarterback. You know who else got paid with Jake as the quarterback? Muhsin Muhammad. Muhsin Muhammad had his best year under Jake when Steve wasn't even there. So I think there's more to it, is my point. I think Jake doesn't get enough credit.
What year did you start? I have not seen any years in the chat. What year did you start watching Carolina Panthers football? That's all I want to know. What year did you start watching Carolina Panthers football? Because if you watched pre-Cam, then you know. If you watch pre-Cam, then you know. What other player has a triple crown? That's all I got to say.
There's only one other player in NFL history that's ever gotten a triple crown.
Triple crown, dog.
Ironically enough, that player's not in the Hall of Fame either, but that's another discussion for another day. And that was Sterling Sharp. And he would be a Hall of Famer if he didn't have that major injury. And I think he should be in the Hall of Fame, by the way. I think they really should put him in the Hall of Fame because he was really good.
Y'all want me to set up? They said do a poll. I don't know if I can set it up real quick. Facts. This is facts right here. This is a fact. You wasn't outside, bro. You wasn't outside, man. They wasn't outside, Stubbs. They wasn't outside, bro.
Steve Smith almost took us to the Super Bowl.
They wasn't outside, Dave. Dave, they wasn't outside, dog. Yo, if you wasn't outside, you can't. Yo, come on, bro. I seen it all, bro. As a Panthers fan, I seen it all, bro. And listen, I love Cam. Don't make me talk bad about Cam Newton because that's not what this is about.
Nah.
This ain't it. I love Cam, and I understand the impact. He brought a lot of y'all fans that's riding for him now. He brought a lot of y'all here, so that's dope. That he plays quarterback. That's what quarterbacks do. They win MVP. The MVP is a quarterback. So you can bring up MVP. That don't mean nothing to me. That's a quarterback's a trophy.
Bro, I saw Steve Smith dominate a playoff run in 2005 that I've never like that seat. Yo, like I don't think folks understand how vicious Steve Smith was in 2005. I don't think after coming back from a leg injury, the man broke his leg and came back the following season and led the league in yards, receptions, and touchdowns in the same season. And there's only one other wide receiver that's ever done that in NFL history. Like, I don't think he did that after coming back. He won comeback player of the year, too, after breaking his leg. But, you know, and it wasn't like a situation they didn't know. Like, people forget Muhammad was gone. Steve was it. Like, it was just him. So they knew where the ball was going, and they still couldn't stop a guy that was 5'9". Dog, he was just different.
Here's Jared. See.
Thanks, Jared.
Here we go. Appreciate that, Jared. He said Cam is close to being the first player to be top 25 all time in passing yards, top 25 all time in passing TDs, and top 25 in all time rushing. I can't put him past 3. I agree with you. I'm with you.
Nah, I'm not mad.
I'm with you on that.
I'm not mad if you got the man.
I said 3.
Nah, he's talking about me. Oh. I'm not mad if you put him at 3. And you know what the crazy thing about that is? And that stat is crazy. He's still going to have to fight tooth and nail to get to the Hall of Fame, which is a travesty in itself. Because I understand he's not going to be first ballot, but I think it's going to be a bigger fight than it should be for him to get in the Hall. How many NFL MVPs not in the Hall? But
it's a good question.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, how many of them aren't in the Hall? We should look that up. That's something to look into.
Kim Folk says Steve Smith is hands down the best Panther, and try to Manscaped cologne. I do got to get some, bro. I got to try it out. I got to get some. Appreciate the super chat, Kim Folk. Yeah, man. We are blessed to have this list. That is very true. Appreciate that, Tavita. You are correct.
Listen, how many years outside of 2015 has Cam been a top 5 quarterback? That's a great question. But then again, you ask the question how many years Jake was. Jake only made the Pro Bowl once, so I still think he's top 10. Because see, people I think people don't give Jake enough credit But if Jake doesn't trot his ass out there during that Jacksonville game, we ain't going to the Super Bowl, bro. Point blank, period. Jake brought something else to that team. And so did the defense. But it was a lot.
He had the whole USA dabbing. That's true. I'm not going to knock that. But again, Triple Crown, Jerry Rice, Sterling Sharp, and
Jerry Rice never did it.
Oh, he didn't do it?
No, only Sterling Sharp did it.
My bad. Well, even better. Triple Crown, bro. That's all I'm gonna say, man. With bums. Did it with bums. Ain't nobody got more heart than Steve, bro. It's bigger than stats, bro. Bigger than stats. Steve is the man, bro. All right.
Yeah, Gamble was good too.
Yeah, man. Yo, we trying to find Chris Gamble. I'm about to put an APB out on him for sure. I love Chris Gamble, man. Love Chris Gamble. Love his game. All right, so Dave, let's get into these voicemails real quick. I think that was it. Oh, real quick, ESPN Upstate, holla at your boy. I'll be there every Thursday, 1 p.m. on the Rob Brown Show. It's fun, man. I post the replays shortly after we go off. So, check the Twitter and holla at us on ESPN Upstate. Super dope. Shout out to Rob Brown. Real cool cat. All right, let's get into these voicemails real quick. Let's see here. Let me see if you can still hear this, Dave. Hold on one second.
I agree. Matt Khalil is not top 10. I can name more than Greg Olsen to have replace him with. You talking about one bad game? I mean, everybody has bad games. You can ask the Patriots about that. They want Cam Newton on the bench week 1.
All right, Dave, can you hear this?
No.
Can you hear that? You can't hear that? All right, hold on. I'm gonna have to keep this on the joint. Give me 1 second. Let me see. Can you hear this now? Whoops.
I mean, JC got a shot. I mean, if he pans out like everybody expects him to be, he's definitely got a shot to be a top 10.
Can you hear this, Dave?
What's up, Shad and Dave? It's Ken.
Yeah.
It's been a while since I called y'all. Keep pounding, y'all. Love PNP. I just got a couple questions. I saw the roster breakdown. I'd say keep 10 offensive linemen and 6 cornerbacks if we're going with the 55-man roster for this year. Who the last fringe pieces are, I don't really have a lot of time to go over with this, but I mainly called to also let y'all know that because we cut Frank Herron, there's a possibility, although they mentioned it earlier in the year, but KK could be brought back on a 1-year deal, although I don't know how much of an impact he might have because our rotation looks pretty good already in defensive tackles with the 4 that y'all mentioned earlier, with Nixon rounding it out at the bottom with Bravion Roy. But what do you guys think? Do you think we should give KK one more shot? And breaking news as well, Tebow time is back. Keep pounding. Thanks, y'all.
All right, shout out to Shannon, man. It's been a minute since we heard from you, man. Come back more often. But real quick, to address the K, because I've seen it in the chat, KK, I guess it is apparent. It's been a rumor somewhere that we may want to bring him back. I think that ship has sailed, to be honest with you. For me, it's all about getting younger. I think we need to get younger and get better. KK was a great player, but even when he was on the field, he just ain't been the same guy over the past couple of years. The injuries
since he got that injury, man, he hasn't been the same guy.
The injuries are catching up to him. He's getting old. I think he's 32 now. So I think that ship is sailed, bro. Let's just go ahead and get younger. We got to get younger. Focus on getting younger, and I think that's the right thing to do. Love KK, love his game back when he was in his prime, but I think that ship is kind of sailed, bro. That's just my personal opinion. And Tebow, man, I just think I'll reserve my thoughts on Tebow, but
no, I ain't reserving shit. Yo, that Urban Wire experiment's about to burn it down in flames. That shit's gonna go down in flames. It ain't gonna work, bro. everything that I'm seeing Jacksonville is doing right now is telling me that it ain't going to work. And Trevor Lawrence is on his way to becoming a bust, which is shameful. And
Damn, Dave, you got all that just from the Tebow pick?
No, it's not just the Tebow thing. And I'm going to talk about it in our rookie spotlight later this week, next week. But like everything that they're doing doesn't tell me that they're really trying to do it right. Like I think they're too busy about trying to make their quarterback comfortable than just try to get the guys for him to win. You know what I'm saying? Like, why the hell are you bringing Tebow in here?
Yo, fam, just to address ICP, we have vets. DaQuan Jones is a vet. We don't need KK. It is about getting younger. Get younger, get faster, and we have vets. We're good. We're good, especially in the defensive tackle rotation. We don't need KK. KK, hey, y'all talk about me being like stuck in the past and being loyal. Like, fam, KK, that ship is sailed, bro. He hadn't played like what? He played 2 games or a total of 4 games in the past 2 seasons, bro. Like, come on, man. The ship is sailed, bro. Go ahead, Dave. My bad.
Tim Tebow. God, man, I can't believe he's back in the league, bro.
Yeah, man. I don't know, man.
There's so many other players that deserve an opportunity at this point. For you to bring Tim Tebow back is crazy to me.
No, Tim Tebow, it went to the Jaguars. We don't have Tim Tebow.
Nah,
he signed to the Jaguars.
Yeah, he signed a 1-year deal with the Jacksonville Jaguars to play tight end. Which is another thing, man. What if he doesn't play tight end? What if he comes in there talking about he want to play?
Oh hell no! No, they said it's tight end, bro.
No, all right, we'll see.
I'm just saying. I'm just telling you what they said.
Nah, he can be cut by week 1. I don't. But the thing is, and this is why I'm concerned. Urban's out here drafting positions, drafting running backs, saying, "Oh, he's going to be the third down back." When the third down back's supposed to be out here, supposed to be doing blitz pickups, and that ain't something that Travis is good at right now. You don't draft a running back that high for that, and then you out here bringing in Tim Tebow because you coasting in Florida. Come on, bro. You trying to get the hometown thing popping. Come on, man. If you were going to do all that, you could have just drafted Justin Fields and called it a day if you out here trying to do all that. Tebow would have beat the Broncos in the Super Bowl.
They crying to bring back Trey Boston because have you seen that safety room? Our safety room doesn't look like our defensive tackle room. That's apples and oranges, bro. That's why they crying for Trey Boston. I'm not crying for Trey Boston. I haven't mentioned Trey Boston's name. I thought we should have drafted somebody. But the safety room versus the defensive tackle room ain't the same, bro. That's apples and oranges. That's not an equal comparison. You got to come back with something better than that, Icy. Come on, bro. You better than that. All right. So real quick, we got one more call. One more call, Dave. Let's get to this one.
Yo, what's going on, fellas? P&P, this is Brandon. Man, just listening to the lineups, and I do think there is a chance that Dante Jackson plays more of that hybrid safety role that he's been playing. So, just my thoughts, man.
All right, appreciate the call, Brandon. Yeah, so they talking about he's saying that Dante Jackson is going to play hybrid safety. I don't know. I hope they got something up their sleeve because the way that safety room looks, it ain't pretty. It ain't pretty, bro. So I hope something is Dante a free safety. Sure. I mean, yeah, let's try it out, bro. But it's got to be better than what we see. It's got to be better than what was on that list, dog.
My big concern at this point, though, man, is that because he's in his contract year, he might not be willing to play that safe. Like he might be more reluctant to do it.
I agree.
Because it's about his paycheck at that point. So I just don't see it. Doesn't make sense. Sure. I think if he had an additional year on this deal, he probably would be more willing.
Malik Hooker is out there. I think didn't he visit somebody? Colts or somebody? He visited somewhere. I can't remember where I saw he visited. But yeah, Malik Hooker is interesting, intriguing. I would definitely take a look. But yeah, man.
Look, yeah, dog. So they're talking about maybe we'll go get Earl Thomas. I'm like, nah, he's not gonna come here. He's too old.
I don't know. I mean, Earl will be cool. I mean, the Legion of Boom kind of get that thing back. I think he's gonna want to go to a win now situation. Again, you gotta think when you get older in your career like that, these dudes want to go somewhere to win, bro. So they're not gonna come to a. It's not really a rebuild because I think this roster is in a much better situation than I think maybe some folks want to give it credit for. But I think that we are not in a scenario where I don't think we're kind of right there at that win now moment just yet. I think we're maybe a year or so away from being right there. But yeah, I do really like what as I was going through the roster, I'm like, man, like this roster is okay. I think we can definitely make a playoff push depending on how Sam Darnold works out. It's all on Darnold though. It's all on Darnold. Everything hinges on Darnold, man. So we'll see. We'll see what happens, bro.
Yeah, I think we got a chance. I mean, I think there's some folks are saying we're going to win 11 games. I'm still like, we'll see what the schedule looks like later this week on Wednesday, but I'm still thinking it's going to be a 9-8, 8-9 type of situation until somebody proves me otherwise.
Yeah, man, I don't know, man. I think I'm starting to lean a little bit on like the.
Let me see this. Let's look at the schedule on Wednesday, and then we can have a discussion.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
I think the ordering is going to matter. I think how the games fall because we're the youngest team in the NFL, that's all going to matter. So we'll see what the schedule look like. We out here playing the Patriots early. Actually, truth be told, I probably prefer to play the Patriots early. To be honest with you, I think I want to play them early.
It's at home? Yeah, let's get it out the way, bro. Let's get the Cam blood and guts game. He is gonna kill us. So he's gonna kill us so bad. Yo. Oh man, that game is gonna be awful, man. He is going to kill us. We play the Jets too, right? Don't we play the Jets?
Mm-hmm. That's gonna be Darnold. That's gonna be Darnold's time to shine.
Is it home or away?
Hold on, let me check. Let me see. Let me see what it's supposed to be. Let me see.
Where we play the Jets? Anybody know where we play the Jets? Is it home?
I'm about to check right now.
I'm going to that game. That game should be fun to watch.
If it's up here, I'm gonna go. If it's in New Jersey, I'm gonna take the ride down.
Oh, Shannon says it's at home. So okay. I'm definitely going that game. Holla at Zach Wilson. Jets come to Charlotte. Yep.
Yeah, so home opponents. Yep. Jets come to Charlotte. Patriots come to Charlotte. Yeah, man.
I'm just excited to beat up on the Texans, man. Hey, we gonna pound somebody, bro. Let's beat the crap out of the Texans, man.
Oh, they're gonna be so terrible, bro.
They're gonna be awful. They are gonna be awful.
Oh, they're gonna be bad. Oh, they could be the worst team in the league. Oh my God.
Yeah, they're gonna be pretty bad.
We got some tough road games though. I'll tell you that. We got to go to the road to Buffalo and Miami. Maybe I'll take that trip to Buffalo again if it's early.
Well, if you go to Buffalo, I'm going to Miami then, Dave. How about that?
Well, look, man, you get to go to a nicer city. I'm not going to Buffalo's after October. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I have no interest in driving in snow.
Nah, it's gonna be cold. Yeah, it's gonna be tough.
If it's a September game, I think I'll go. If it's an October game, it's got to be early October. It can't be late October. I mean, because it's a nice drive. Actually, I flew that one because it's like a 6 hour, 7 hour drive for me.
Yeah, we will take Watson, but I think that ship is kind of sailed until he gets this.
There's talks that a settlement's coming soon.
Yeah, he still got to get that. Even if they settle, that's still settling doesn't. Does that ease everybody's kind of concern at that point?
Yep. Once you have an idea what the suspension is going to be, depending on how the settlement's planned out, he might not even get suspended. So yeah, it would. Because as long as there's nothing criminal that comes out, that would absolutely would.
Miami's a COVID hotspot, man. I was just down there, bro. Miami, everybody's masked up down there.
Everybody in the South is a COVID hotspot because they've already been opening up down there.
Man, come on. I was just down there, bro. I was in Miami. Everybody was masked up. People was doing it safe, so it'll be fine. And Cody, so real quick, Cody, how you not gonna have Steve Smith number 1 on y'all list when y'all got a whole Iced Up segment, bro? You got a whole segment called Iced Up, and how you not gonna have Steve Smith as number 1, bro? Come on, man. Come on, bro.
Marcus, it depends on what part of Florida, because I think there's some parts where they masked up pretty heavy there, and there's some parts that they're not. Just like in North Carolina. There's some parts of North Carolina where they're masked
I
up
was
pretty
in
good.
Miami, fam. They was masked up, bro.
Yeah, because Miami's
They
pretty
was
diverse
masked
too.
up.
Yeah, so it all depends on what part. Because I think like I have a coworker that went down to Florida and she was saying how they weren't. So it all depends on where you go. I know when I go to Columbia, I know it's going to be a mix because my mother was telling me, "Hey, man, there's some areas where they're not really masking up, and by the time I get down there, everything's going to be lifted by the time I get down there in July." So, yeah, Marcus said, "I don't trust the South at this point."
Man, everybody be
It's
wearing
about
masks.
it's about to open up here though. Truth be told, Rhode Island, they about to let it all hang out very soon. Yeah, I mean, because we got like a 2% positivity rate up here. So,
Hey, let the '03 team tell it. Them dudes, all the dudes we talked to from '03, so they smacking 15 pretty easily too.
yeah, they think that it'll be easy work.
We talked to Deshaun Foster, Steve Smith. Not Steve Smith. Stephen Davis, Ricky Manning. We talked those three guys from the 2003 squad. They said they smacking.
And
They smacking all them
and they
cats.
all said for the same reason too.
Defense.
That defense.
They said
The same
that
reason why we
defense-
lost the Super Bowl.
Facts.
So it's not like it's
Them
same
dudes
reason
said
why
they
the
smacked.
2015 lost. Yeah, they said I was like, how are they gonna? They're not gonna be able to do anything. They keep their thing was they wouldn't be able to do anything. And even though the 15 defense is good, they would have trouble dealing with the physicality of their offense.
And it's another interesting thing that was said on that team when we asked those guys. We said, "Hey, give me a player that you're taking off of the 2015 squad to put on the 2003 squad to get y'all over the hump." And guess what they said?
Luke.
Not Cam Newton. They
Luke.
said Luke. So more defense.
And they said the defense would be the reason why they would destroy the 15 team, and they still would take Luke. That said something. So when you guys be out here getting mad at me why Cam Newton's not number one, that says a lot, bro. They all said Luke, including the offensive players. They said both Steven and Deshaun said Luke. Both of them said Luke.
Facts.
Both of them. And y'all already know who their starting quarterback was, and I know how y'all feel about him. And they still said Luke. Let that marinate for a minute.
And we couldn't get them to flip either.
No,
they
we couldn't get them to
they was
flip.
loyal to Jake, bro. They was loyal to Jake. We tried to give them to flip to Cam. They was like, nah, we ride with Jake. That ain't our words. That's what they said, bro. They said that. Ask all the Patreon members. They heard it. All the Patreon casters in here. They heard it. They ain't our words. That's what they said.
Yo, I don't think folks understand how good Jake was, man.
Jake was Mr. Throw it up and go get it.
Nah. I don't think Jake gets enough credit, man. Like I'll put it this way: the same heat folks give heat for Teddy, y'all should give the same love for Jake because he had a lot of fourth quarter comebacks. A lot. That's all I'm saying. The dude could close. You couldn't take that away from him. Could not take that away from him. He knew how to close it. If we were within one possession and we got the ball last, I have faith we were going to pull that shit off.
Steve made Jake, bro.
That running game helped too.
Yes, it did. Vastly. Always had two in the tuck.
Always.
2 running backs in the tuck.
One year we had 6. Shout out to Nick Goings.
Yeah, shout out to Nick Goings, man. Hoover.
Yeah,
man. Good times. Those was good teams back then. Man, y'all about to go maybe turn on the 2003 game right now. That's a great team to watch, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Great team to watch.
And their line was decent. I think we had better lines than the 03 line, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think I forgot the best year statistically. I have to pull it up.
Probably was 05. Between 05 and 08. I would think. But, I mean, you probably could pull it up.
Yeah, I'll pull it up real quick. The best year statistically.
Ricky Manning Jr. didn't have 2 picks. He had 3. He had 3.
He had 3 picks.
He had 3. He had more receptions than James Thrash in that game.
Nah, that can't be right.
What did it say? 15?
Nah, it wasn't 15. It wasn't 2015. Let me see. Hold on. Hold on. Let me.
Yeah, what year is it? What year
let me
what
make
year
sure-
does it say it is? I need to hear it.
2013.
Don't say that. That was the year that we won the first won the first division title.
Jordan Gross was balling that year. He had Travell Wharton at guard. 77 was his PF. This is based on PFF grades, by the way. Khalil, and then Nate Chandler was playing guard, and then Byron Bell was playing right tackle. That's not right. That's 74. That's not right. That's not right. I think it was 2008. I think that was the best line.
Yeah, that would make sense. That was the year when John Fox was getting everybody to gain all that damn weight. That was the year when he wanted all his offensive linemen to be over 300 pounds, and there was only one that decided not to do it, and that was Jordan Gross. Jordan Gross refused to gain all the weight. Everybody else did, though. So he made his offensive lineman bigger because they wanted to be more.
My bad. I was looking at the wrong thing. I was looking at the left tackle grade. The best years for the left tackle was 2013. That was Jordan Gross's best year. Let me find. Sorry, I was looking at the wrong chart. My bad. I knew that couldn't be right. Yeah, the best year. 2008 was the best year, and that 2008 was Gross,
that makes sense.
Wharton, Khalil, Kendrick Benson, and Otah.
Now that would make sense. Line.
That was the best line Panthers ever had.
That would make sense because that was the year when Fox wanted to bulk up the line. They wanted a more bigger physical line. Fox told him to eat more and all this other shit. I think Gross was the only one that refused to do that because Gross felt like he couldn't do what he normally does at left tackle with the extra weight on him. So yeah, that was a really good line, man. That was a good squad too. I mean, it just fell apart.
Yeah, 2008 was. What happened, Dave?
Oh yeah, Jake Delhomme forgot how to play quarterback. It happens. And they still signed him to a long-term deal after that. Now that was a mistake. I didn't agree with that. Don't do that.
Yeah,
don't do that.
I was so hot, bro. I would never forget. I'd never forget where I was. I had just moved up to DC. I'll never forget the setup. I remember my living room and everything. I remember exactly where I was when I witnessed Jake Delhomme throw all those damn interceptions, bro.
I remember where I was too.
Hot, bro.
I was watching the game with Marcus. I'll never forget that shit. I was watching the game with Marcus. And we're like, so Jonathan Stewart got that touchdown.
5 picks. I think 5 picks.
That was the 6 turnovers, 5 picks and a fumble.
I was so hot, bro. I was so mad.
5 picks and a fumble. As John Fox would say, he picked a bad day to have a bad day, and they still signed him to a long-term deal. I was more like, I got over that game.
I'm still not over it.
Quicker than I thought I would. But I didn't get over the fact that they extended him after that.
That squad was stacked too, bro.
Yeah, man.
That 2018 was good.
Yeah. And I think that's why a lot of folks wouldn't put Jake in his top 10. I think if there's any game that'll be the reason why they wouldn't put him in top 10, that would be the one.
Facts.
But the funny thing is he went to Cleveland like 2 years after that and did a fourth quarter comeback on us to win the game.
Blood and guts, man.
And I think he can, and he was the backup that year.
If we could interview any non-Panther, who would it be? Any non-Panther? It like past or present?
If in the past I would be a shoot for the stars type of guy, I would love to interview Jerry Rice.
Oh yeah, I think that would be great.
We
got to end on that. I think we can make that one happen.
Yeah, I think I would
slight end on that, Dave.
Yeah, I would love to interview Jerry Rice.
Jerry Rice would be cool to interview.
And part of the reason why is because HBCU, I would love frat. I would love to interview Jerry Rice. Jerry Rice is one. Eddie George would be interesting for me, only because he got the gig at Tennessee State now, and
Yeah.
I think he's more serious about it than Dion is, in my opinion.
Yeah, I was Shannon took mine. For me, it'd probably be Dion, man. I'm a Florida State fan, so I rock with Dion. I think Dion is, he's great, man. He's entertaining, great player. I would love to interview Dion. Another guy, former player, non-Panther.
Former player.
I
gave you one.
I probably would say Michael Vick too, man. I think Mike Vick would be interesting in interview.
Yeah, that would be.
There's so many ways you can go.
Yeah, I don't think the Panthers fans would like it, but I think it would be a dope discussion because I would have loved to ask him about Panther Day because I guess he used to have this thing where it was Panther Day, where we'd always not be too worried about it when it comes to playing Carolina at one point because he used to dominate us. Like I don't think people can't avoid the fact that he used to dominate the shit out of us. Randy Moss would be a good one too.
Yeah, T.O. would be cool. He would be a cool interview. Yeah, I don't know. I'm still working on these Panthers though. We still got some Panthers we got to work on. So we're trying to get some guys. The interview we were supposed to have ain't happened yet. It's gonna happen this week, hopefully. But yeah, man. So we got one coming up, and we're trying to work on some others. In fact, I got to remind myself to reach out to Stephen Davis to see if I can't get a few more connections going. So I meant to do that since I do have his number and contact information. I might as well just use it to my advantage. Lawrence Taylor would be interesting.
Ed Reed would be a good one too. Man, Ed Reed was so good, man. Wesley Walls, but he was a Panther. Barry would be a good one. But I don't know how good of an interview he would be because he don't really do interviews like that.
He don't really talk.
Yeah. But, he's a legend. Well, for me, I would be more attracted to interviewing like players that has an HBCU connect. So, like, I would love to interview Tariq Cohen because he went to A&T. So, I would love to interview Tariq Cohen.
Speaking of Tariq, man, prayers to him, man. His brother just passed away.
Yeah.
Crazy,
tough one.
Man.
Tough one, too,
That's
man.
Tough. They twins, too, man. So, it's tough. Man, prayers to Tariq, bro. It's crazy.
I would love to interview Steve Smith. I think
it's gonna be tough to do. I don't think that's ever gonna happen, but that's definitely on the bucket list for sure. We trying to get to some of these dudes, man. Some of these guys you were mentioning, man. We trying to get a hold of them, man.
Joe Horn would be a dope one right now with his with his son. With his son being drafted by us. But I think he's getting
the top 10 worst Panthers list. Oh man, that could be interesting.
Oh no, it won't be that hard. Randy Fasani's at the top of that shit.
We might have to develop one day. Let's create one and see if we can get it trending.
Randy Fasani would be at the top of that shit. Randy Fasani would be up there. Derek Carr would be up there.
Yeah.
No, David Carr with the MJ. Ray Caruth would definitely be. Ray Caruth would probably
he'd be number one. He'd be. Yeah. I mean, that's by default though. He would be the worst Panther of all time.
The moment I realized the Little Brother album was going to be hot,
Clausen would definitely be up there.
Clausen would be up there, but I don't know if that's fair to Clausen. I don't know if that's fair to Clausen.
Nah, F it. Life ain't fair, Dave. He's on the list.
When Fonte said straight out the truck like Ray Caruth, I knew the album was going to be outstanding. That was the line I knew it was going to be outstanding because he did not care at that point. I was like, damn.
The dude with white in his name. Shout out to, that's funny, man. That's funny. Yeah, he probably make the list based off a recent memory.
He would definitely. Well, what about we already talked about taking a player out of the top 10 to put because of his brother. I'm pretty sure he'll be up there. Jesus Christ. Considering how much we paid him, man, that was a freaking bust.
Oh, Matt Khalil, yeah, he would be on. He would definitely be on the list.
And
Hey,
then
let's put it together, Dave. Let's put it together.
oh my
We gotta put it
God,
together,
man.
bro. Let's put it together. We'll put it
Yo,
together.
we're gonna have a post cam top 10, worst 10, and a pre-cam worst 10.
Hey, now I don't think Kelvin could be. He had a 1,000-yard season. He can't be on the top. He ain't do nothing that bad.
Well, I mean, yeah, he did. Grand opening, grand closing. Like dude. We're gonna look back at that wide receiver class and start thinking about what it
Byron
could
Bell, maybe.
Yeah, but there's worse offensive linemen than him that we've had that started. There's worse than him. And if you got to say John Casey in the Super Bowl, that means he's not worse. That just means he had a rough day. Just like Jake had a rough day. Like,
oh man, don't remind me.
All right, so
don't remind me.
Oh, I know one. Mike Rimmers. Mike Rimmers would absolutely.
Ah man, nah, I can't.
I can. That dude ruined 2 Super Bowls in a span of 6 years. Are you kidding me? That man ruined.
One of them wasn't a Panther though. That one don't count.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. As soon as I heard that Mike Rimmers was starting, I changed my pick. Like as soon as I saw Mike Rimmers was starting that tackle, I said, "Oh, this ain't gonna go well." Dog, for MVP quarterbacks, killed 2 Super Bowls.
That is funny. That is funny, though. All right, Dave, let's go ahead and shut this thing down, man.
Well, Cody, that's a good point about Kelvin. Yeah, a lot of people don't realize that Kelvin was the reason why Cam hurt his shoulder in the first place.
That's true.
Yeah, so I mean, you could put him there for that.
Maybe you could throw him on the list for that. That's fair.
Yeah, I mean, dude literally ruined the path of a franchise.
Chris Winkie, man, don't do Winkie like that. He's got to be up there though.
Winkie had a 4th quarter comeback, man. I can't put somebody that has a 4th quarter comeback.
He's got to be up there. We got to put it together, man. Let's put it together and see if it goes.
Who was worse, Winkie or Clausen?
Clausen gave us Cam, so we can't. Can we do that? If we gonna do Kelvin Benjamin,
but then in that case, if you're gonna go off that, then Winkie brought us Peppers and Fox.
That's true too. See,
if
we gonna play that game, if you're gonna play he gave us this, then he caused this, then you got to play the game.
I remember when Chris Winkie won a game off of 6 passes. Y'all remember? You remember that shit? You remember that game?
I don't remember that game.
They played against Atlanta the following week, and they pretty much ran Wildcat the whole damn game and won that shit. He only threw the ball 6 times. I think that's probably the lowest in franchise history for a game. I remember that. I'm gonna pull it up. I'm gonna pull the stat line up for the people.
All right, I gotta close this thing out because I gotta go sleep. Gotta go to the gym in the morning. So let's go ahead and get up out of here, Dave. It was a fun show. We gave y'all 2 strong hours. Pause. But make sure y'all hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell. Follow us on Twitter. Follow us on Facebook. Y'all know where it's at. Panther Nation PC, Panther Nation Podcast on Facebook. That's all I got. Make sure y'all watch Dave's fantasy stuff, man.
We got more coming this week.
Yep, more coming this week. More on the way. And yeah.
All right, man. Peace out. Have a good one.
Peace out, folks. We out.